Hightower family continues to maintain the level of professionalism, integrity, dignity, and compassion that has been the hallmark of the Hightower family funeral home services throughout the 9+ decades. On any given day, you'll find the Hightowers actually involved with the families and communities in the West Georgia area. Hightower Family Funeral Homes, Bremen, Carrollton, and Douglasville.
Don Rich Ford is proud to be a supporter of high school football. Don Rich Ford is West Georgia's original Ford dealer, and we're ready to play ball.
Touchdown!
There's no better tailgate than on the back of America's best-selling truck, the F-150. Tradition and values are strong when you've been in business since 1971. Award-winning service, straight-talking salesman, and hometown spirit in the heart of downtown Villa Rica. Remember to shop local at Don Rich Ford. Shop new and used vehicles at donrichford.com.
Hi, I'm Christine Swanson, Chief Financial Officer of American Commerce Bank. I've called West Georgia home for more than 30 years, and I'm proud to be a part of American Commerce Bank's team of hometown bankers. Whether you're looking for a personal checking or savings account, or you need a bank dedicated to providing custom solutions to help your business grow, you can count on our team of local bankers to meet your needs. Come see us in Bremen off Highway 27 near Walmart, or at our Carrollton branch right across from the courthouse. American Commerce Bank, member FDIC.
Hello, I'm Keith Ronalds with Merrill & Associates. We want to be your one-stop shop for all your HVAC needs. We repair, replace, install, and maintain all your home and commercial HVAC equipment. We still believe that integrity and honesty along with outstanding customer service is what sets us apart from all of our competition. Turn to the experts and give us a call at Merrill & Associates, 770-834-7330. You'll be glad you did.
We come back to Villa Rica.
They will receive. They will be going east to west across the gridiron tonight.
So, of course, as you hear public address announcer Matt Pilgrim in the background letting us know that Alexander has won the toss and they will be taking the football to open up the ball game from the eastern side of the stadium, going back towards the west into the sunset. And the Villa Rica Wildcats are now making their way onto Frank Vohan Field. Right at this present moment, they're decked out in their traditional purple headgear, purple jerseys, white numbers and letters, and in gold breeches this evening for Alexander. They're decked out in their red headgear this evening with white jerseys, black numbers and letters on the fronts and backs of their jerseys and in their red breeches. And Alexander now making their way into the football stadium right across the way from us this evening. The makeup of the football field is going to be like this. From goal line to goal line will be 100 yards. The end zones are 10 yards deep, and the field is 53 1/3 yards wide. It's almost football time here in the city of Gold. Eighth meeting between these two teams, and Villa Rica just looking for the win tonight. I was talking to several people down below, and they are really hoping and hanging on to just a lot of great hope that this Villa Rica team is going to turn around this week and come win themselves a ball game.
And they really need to. It's kind of like season on the line kind of game for Villa Rica for sure.
So it's Villa Rica under head coach Austin Barron in season number 3 here. Last year finished out the season at 5-6. Made it to the first round of the playoffs last year.
Kicking off for your Wildcats tonight, number 96.
And of course, as we were talking about, between Alexander, 8 games to 3. Villa Rica won last year 34-14. Now the first meeting goes all the way back to 1988. Where Villa Rica won that one 20-0 when Vernon Wilkes was the head coach at Alexander. A lot of folks in the West Georgia area will probably remember that name as well. And then they actually had a break between 1989 and 2004. They didn't play again until 2004. Dwight Lawler was the head coach here at Villa Rica, and Rich Finley was the head coach at Alexander at the time. There's the tune of the whistle. Toe meets leather. It's a short, high kick to kick the football off. We'll start this football game as the return man for Alexander. Good night, Nurse. He is going to be met by D'Angelo Patillo. He's going to be making the tackle, and on the return was Paxton Dobbs, the senior. And now we're going to have it first down and 10 near about the 26-yard line is where they're going to spot it. My goodness, what a hit there, Michael.
Yeah, and then Alexander being a little casual on that kickoff return, too, in a situation where the ball's alive on a kickoff. Got to fall on that ball quickly.
So Alexander going to be putting the football up, first down and 10. They'll move the football just to the right side on the right hash mark as they'll send 2 receivers lined up to the right side of the field. Only one's going to be lined up, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, I should say. Going back here at quarterback here this evening. Alexander's going to stand up and going to get ready to go under and play. Hands the football off this time. Carrying the football is going to be, that time, Dwayne McCray. McCray going to get across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Gain close to about 5, second down and 5 to go.
You got to wonder, too, for Villa Rica if this week they kind of take a little bit off the box and put more in the bag because of how badly they got burnt last week at Central through the air.
Chase Collins, the quarterback for Alexander. He sends 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Got a full house backfield standing there with him, and Villa Rica almost going off sides there, but he pumped the brakes a little bit, backed up. Play clock winding down only at 10 seconds as it continues to run. We got 11:18, the clock continuing to tick on a scoreless opening ball game here in region play. Rolling out is going to be Collins. Collins drops the football, but he falls back on top of it. And that could have been very, very costly for Alexander, and that's going to be a third down situation.
Collins, quarterback.
And this is what Villa Rica wasn't really able to do last week. Or actually, they were able to do this last week. They were able to get Central some third and long, so they weren't able to get off the field when they got into third and long. So we'll see what they can figure out to do here.
So third down and about 11 to go.
Tackle made by number 11, Hovland.
So third down at about 11 for the Alexander Cougars, who finished out the season at 3-7 last year. They'll line up. Villa Rica sending 4 guys to the front. Looks like they're about ready to show a little bit of pressure there on the quarterback. Chase Collins back in a quarterback. He is a senior. Also plays defensive back some as well. Turns, fakes the handoff, looks left, throws left, called ball. Terrence Booker on the reception, but he is met by D'Angelo Patillo right there. And it's going to be a fourth down situation, and Alexander's going to punt the football back to Villa Rica. So Villa Rica will get to see their chance at series of downs. Aiden Kent is the deep return man. And my iPad just started lighting up with all sorts of colors around it. I guess I said the magic word. I don't know. I just had this all little... I don't know, ever since they came out with their updates, doing some weird stuff here lately.
I've been noticing that with my phone. There's some really weird stuff going on since I've updated it every day.
I mean, iOS 26 is coming out next week. So a lot of iOS updates are on the way. So if you got Apple products, be prepared for it. It's going to be doing some weird stuff. All right, we got a stoppage of play here. Let's see. I think they blew the whistle before the play clock ran out. Nope. That will back them up 5 yards.
On the Cougars, back them up 5 yards. Remains fourth down.
So a legal substitution will back them up 5 yards. And that'll be a fourth and 16 situation to punt the football back to Villa Rica. Again, Aiden Kent standing back on our left on the north end of the stadium here this evening. There's a snap. There's a punt. It is a high, wobbling light jello punt, and it's going to be fair caught back near the 40-yard line. Villa Rica going to have a good field position, first down and 10 from their own 40.
Nice punt there.
So let's see what Villa Rica will be having dialed up here in just a bit. We saw Matthew Eubanks, a quarterback last week for the Wildcats. And so let's see if the offense can get things going right here and start pretty quickly out of the gate. Defense doing well so far, holding Alexander to 3 and out and forcing them to punt the football on the opening drive of the ball game.
And for both offense and defense last week, it was just not being able to finish drives. That's for the defense finishing it off on third down, and for the offense, they got in the red zone, just weren't able to punch it in at all.
Aiden King going to be one of the wide receivers. Matthew Eubanks back in a quarterback. He'll send 2 receivers out to the left side of the field, 1 to the right. Dropping back is going to be Eubanks. He is looking left, throws left, caught football right at the 42-yard line. Lowers his way to the 49-yard line, and it's going to be picked up by Max Garfield. Gain of about 9. Second down at about 1.
Second down and 1.
So he'll move the ball to the far left hash mark near the 50-yard line. It's going to be spotted at the 49-yard line at the top of the paw print. The purple paw print that's at the top of the center of the field. They go back at that pistol look for Villa Rica. 2 receivers out to the right side of the field. Turns, hands the football off this time to Emmanuel Ajay, I should say, and he is going to get across the 50. Ajayi does to the 48-yard line. That's going to be a John Thornton first down for the Villa Rica Wildcats.
First down, tackle made by number 56, Brandon Shannon Jr. First and 10 Wildcats.
Brandon Shannon Jr., of course, on the tackle there for the Wildcats. Of course, our first downs tonight brought to you by John Thornton Buick GMC. Remember to experience transparent pricing and a pressure-free environment at John Thornton Buick GMC today. First down and 10 for the Wildcats at the Alexander 48. Takes a snap, throws left. It's going to be a picked-up football. Max Garfield again. and he'll get maybe about a yard gain to the 46-yard line. That'll bring up second down and about 9.
23. Xavier McDonald bring up second down for the Wildcats.
So look at second down at about 9. Of course, we saw Eubanks. The passing game did actually pretty well last week for Villa Rica.
They threw the ball well down. They threw the ball downfield well last week, and first play of the game, the little 9-8 yard hitch route worked out pretty well. So I was kind of surprised they didn't take a shot on that second and short they had a minute ago.
Yeah. So Aiden Ken going to be one of the wide receivers out to the right side of the field. Moving right, hands the football off, lowers head, gets across 30. It's another John Thornton first down for the Villa Rica Wildcats. And that was going to be Ty J. Martin. That's on the carry. Wow, what a run by Ty J. Martin there to get the first down for Villa Rica.
I don't know what it is, but there's something like just a well-executed pin and pull that is one of my favorite plays in football.
Good enough for a first down. That's a Shuckers Osterhouse with a first down.
So a first down for the Villa Rica Wildcats. They're on the move. I mean, looking a lot smoother. Everything looks like they're more composed right here in this early on in the ball game. Love to see it.
That's what I was noticing. They just look like they came into the game calm down already, and they don't have to get themselves calm like they did a week ago.
Aiden Ken, one of the wide receivers, first down and 10, and they are standing at the 26-yard line. Eubanks is in some trouble. He is going to be wrapped up right at the waist, spun around and brought down, and he'll be sacked for 3 yards.
Number 23.
Xavier McDonald is going to be on the tackle there. Second down and 13, loss of about 4 there. So we'll move the ball back to the 30-yard line, far right hash mark. And we are moving from left to right. Aiden Kent going to be one of the wide receivers to the near sideline on the left. I believe we see Max Garfield, one of the far wide receivers to the left side of the field. Dropping back is going to be Eubanks. Eubanks throws a high pass, and it is going to be incomplete to Max Garfield, the intended receiver. And that brings up a fourth down situation for the Wildcats.
Terrence Booker bring up third down.
Or excuse me, I'll bring up third down. I can't count tonight. So we look at the replay again, watching him throw it, but it was well defended by Alexander there as we take a look at the replay.
But that ball looked pretty on target. Just good coverage.
So right now it's 6:26 to play in the first quarter. It's Villa Rica nothing, Alexander nothing. Like a back pistol look again for the Wildcats. Eubanks goes up and he's talking to his players. He's only got 6 seconds on the play clock left. Takes the snap. Looks, bell's going to be batted away. It's going to be coming loose. Alexander's going to be picking it up, but they're going to say the ball was blown dead. So it's going to be ruled incomplete, and now it's going to be fourth down for the Villa Rica Wildcats.
Bring up fourth down at 13.
So we take a look again on the replay as you're watching here this evening. As he was trying to go for the pass, but it was a very low snap there, Michael.
Yeah, and Alexander, good job to get that ball batted down. If Ajayi gets that ball, if it gets through, he might be gone.
So it's fourth down, long to go. And we got flags on the play. We got a legal substitution again on Villa Rica. Wait for the white hat. So, never mind, he's waving it off. He made a mistake.
Waved off.
So it is going to be waved off. And it looks like Villa Rica is going for it on this fourth down. Or unless they got a quick kick underneath their sleeves here. Now the back judge is stopping play. Play clock continuing to tick off in 19 seconds. Everybody will be getting set. They go trips out right side of the field near the Villa Rica sidelines. And the dropping back that time is going to be Eubanks. He is looking, throws a long pass to the left side of the field. It's going to be batted away, incomplete. And the ball will be turned over on downs. And Alexander's going to have it first down and 10.
That was good coverage again. Wide receiver beat him right at the beginning of the route, but able to recover and bat that ball away.
So it'll be a first down and 10 from the 30. Their own 30-yard line. We will be moving from right to left. So at 5:33 on the clock, of course, Alexander, they are 1-2 on the season. They picked up their very first win 2 weeks ago over the Cedartown Bulldogs in Polk County. Only by 3 points, 34-31. 1-2's averaging about 21 points per game. Defense giving up about 38 points per game. Won against Cedartown, lost to Sprayberry and Lassiter. And they've been outscored 54-114. This time tossing the ball that time Out to Collins pass over to Paxton Dobbs for Alexander, forced out of bounds on the Alexander sideline. Luke Hale going to be on the tackle there, and they will move that football nowhere. They're going to say it was an incomplete pass. Or actually, they're going to say got 3 on that one, 2nd down and 7.
Make it 2nd down and 7.
2nd down and 7. We go 1 wide, 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. And we got a flag. It looks like an Alexander man moved. We saw him on the far side of the field. And that will back Alexander up 5 yards. Because if we took a look there, he was kind of trying to draw Villarica offside, but he kind of got a little bit too happy and went a little bit too far into the neutral zone.
And so far, it's Alexander that's shooting themselves in the foot in these first 2 drives of penalties, and it was Villarica a week ago.
So it looks like we're having a tale of 2.
2nd down 13 for the Cougars.
So we go back and we see the loss to Lassiter was not by that much, 34-24, but Sprayberry just walked all over him. Back at the beginning of the season, 48-6 was that final score. This time, throwing the football, going to be met and brought down. Pass is complete. However, coming in and making the tackle will be Dylan Crawford will be making or KJ Jackson that time. Excuse me, I looked at the wrong one. KJ Jackson. 3rd down and long.
And a much different looking Villarica defense early in this game. They got torched at the beginning of the game against Central last week, and so far they look dominant.
Yeah, so looking much better. Looks like they might have more poise about them. So it looks like Coach Barron and his staff finally, got a few things under control now. It looks we're grateful to see that. And then dropping back this time, throwing across center of the field. It is, did he catch it? Yes, he caught that football. Collins pass complete to Aiden Tolson, the junior, wrapped up by none other than Judah Walker from Villarica. Only gained about 4, 4th down, and they'll punt the football back.
For the Cougars, number 15, Joshua Castillo.
So Joshua Castillo will be doing the kicking, and Aiden Kent will be the deep return man, standing back at the 35-yard line. 2nd time that Alexander has been forced to punt this evening. Clock continues to tick away, 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Villarica Alexander scoreless here in the first quarter of play. Spiral of a punt, going to be fielded. Ball comes loose. Alexander falls on top of it. They're fighting for the football. It's still a scrum down there.
It's on the toes.
Who will come back on top of it? They're going to try to get the dog pile off. And I think they're still going to give the football to Villarica. They are.
Very fortunate to fall back on top of that.
So, yeah, look at that one. So it's going to be 1st and 10.
Beyond their first line of scrimmage. Take this chance to thank our corporate sponsors.
And so we'll see what Villarica's got worked up at 1st down and 10 from, we'll say about the 40.5-yard line. They got split up between the 40 and the 41 in Villarica territory. Matthew Eubanks back in that quarterback. Aiden Kent will be the wide receiver on the right side of the field. Near us on the Villarica sideline as we are moving from left to right. Tosses it. That time that is going to be tossed out to Emmanuel Ajaye. And he will break 1 tackle, but he will lose about 1.5 yards, bringing up 2nd down at about 11.
Tackle number 4, Abdullah Tolson, 2nd down 11.
So we've got to give credit to Alexander's defense. They read that really well and knew to run over to that far side of the field near their sideline. Keep a good eye on it.
2:35 remaining in the first quarter.
Clock continues to wind down. We see Aiden Kent going back to the right side of the field. 2 receivers lined up on the far left in front of the Alexander bench. 3 guys coming to the line on defense for Alexander. Ajayi is going to try to get in front of the sticks, and he will get the lost yardage back and probably about an extra one, bringing up a 3rd down and 9 situation, gain of 2.
I'm kind of surprised with the heavy amount of run plays we've seen from Villarica so far. The strength of their offense is throwing the ball down the field, and now you got yourself in a tough 3rd and long, and it's the obvious passing down.
Bring up 3rd down, call it 10.5.
So 3rd down, and they'll say they'll get it about 10 and a half, we'll say, with about 2:20 to go. Only 1 guy is standing man-to-man on the receiver out to the right for Villarica. Throws, it's going to be a caught football. Picking up that football is going to be Andrew Jones, Andrew will get across the 45 to about the 48-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but it's going to be a fourth down situation. Fourth down and about 3 to go. So will Villa Rica go for it, or will they punt?
I personally punt this ball away. Your defense is playing well, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
I mean, you kind of get it while they did it when they were down here this close to the end zone, because you're that close, you want to try to get a score. But in this situation, I think it's going to be better to punt it off.
Yeah, it's still early in the game, and you're shutting them down. They're not doing anything on offense at the moment.
Terrence Booker will be the deep return man for Alexander. He stands just at about the 17-yard line. There's going to be a punt. It's end over end, high into the night sky. He's going to let that roll and bounce. It continues, and it will bounce at the 1 yard. Nope, they're going to say it went into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. They'll bring that football back out to the 20-yard line. First down and 10 for Alexander, and we will be moving from right to left. We'll see what Alexander is going to be having up their sleeve. Tonight's broadcast on Facebook, YouTube, and 24 Strong TV. Tonight is brought to you by the First Baptist Church of Villa Rica. Dr. Kevin Williams up here with us just a few moments ago. Hope to have him back up here, and maybe we get to talk to him a little bit during this ball game. Also brought to you by American Commerce Bank, John Thornton Cadillac Buick GMC, West Georgia Technical College, Dollar Heating and Air, Hightower Funeral Home, Downridge Ford, Maryland Associates, NG Turf, Nut Roofing, Raised Right Concrete Leveling, Buffalo Wild Wings, Southeastern Insurance Association, Soul Roots Racing. Glad to have them be a part of our broadcast this evening. I'm Seth Kane, Michael Miller to my right, Riley Jones, Steve Jones, producing our broadcast, Studio 98.9, Patrick Glory, Russell Smith, and the great students of the College and Career Academy North Campus, which we see just right over here to our right. Back here, it's on one of the entrances here at Villa Rica High School. They're doing a wonderful job on the cameras here this evening. Now we'll see what Alexander will have dialed up. Looking at right, at throwing right, going to be a throw. It's going to be an incomplete pass. That was supposed to be intended for Terrence Booker, the senior. And that brings up second down, but good pressure and good coverage by Villa Rica.
Yeah, and that could have been a huge play for Alexander right there, give him some momentum on offense. And, man, just outstretched his arm there.
So it'll be second down, 10 to go with a minute 17. Here in the city of gold at Villa Rica, as the sun beginning to set, we are at about 78 degrees. Now we're just waiting and seeing what Chase Collins, the senior quarterback, he'll take the snap. He'll keep it on the quarterback. Keeper cuts to the right, cuts back up, right between the gaps, and gets it to near about the 24-yard line.
RPO by number 10.
So he'll get a gain of about 4, bring up third down and 6.
KJ Jackson. Gain of about 4, bring up third down and 6. 1 minute to play in the first quarter.
So as the clock is continuing to run, less than a minute to play here. First quarter going by a little bit on the swift side, which you can say that in football, but if you say that in baseball, then it's inevitable that it will go into extra innings.
Score of interest, Buford 7, Douglas County 0.
Wow, Buford 7.
9:08 left in the first quarter.
7-0 on Douglas County, according to Matt Pilgrim here at the stadium. 30 seconds to go. We'll take a look around the scoreboard coming up here in a bit. Collins is going to throw to the left side of the field. He's going to be a caught football inbounds at the 30-yard line. Paxton Dobbs on the reception, brought out of bounds. 17 there. That is Tamaj Beasley making the force out of bounds. That'll stop the clock at 21 seconds.
I think he's going to be like about an inch short.
So it looks like we have a flag on the play. A little bit short.
On the offense will be the call.
So it will be a penalty against Alexander. Third down.
Holding on the offense.
That's holding, so that's going to be a 10-yard penalty.
10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. Make it third down and 16.
So third down and 16 for Alexander. Let's see what they'll have dialed up here.
And again, Alexander shooting themselves in the foot in this first quarter.
So again, their only win of the season, Alexander, was 2 weeks ago against Cedartown Bulldogs, 34-31. Last year, they finished out the season at 3-7. Of course, they're reaching 5A. Dropping back, Collins will hand the football off. Turns, boom! He's going to be met, and there's going to be a flag coming in, and we may have helmet to helmet there. And assisting in the stop was Tyjae Martin McCray on the carry.
On attack for the Wildcats, number 2.
And I don't know if I'm going to like this one if it's a targeting.
Yeah. Boom, right there. If you look at it on the replay, my goodness. So that was Dwayne McCray on the carry, the freshman. Flag is still sitting on the field, just at the 19-yard line. So they're still having a discussion down on the field. I guess they're going to deliberate if that was going to be called for targeting or for something else. Either way, Coach Barron will be having a conversation with his team about such things.
Yeah, and if it is a targeting, that's going to be this is going to be frustrate Coach Barron even more because that really was kind of an unnecessary hit at that point in the play.
Yeah. We already had one guy wrapped up right behind him on the verge of trying to bring him down, making that attempt right there. So it's still a 3rd and long situation for this moment, right at the present moment, but we'll see what the White Hat will be calling it here in just a second. They're still having discussions down there.
You know, we saw that one targeting call a couple weeks ago at Ox, but I just could not believe they called that targeting. But I feel like this one you have a little bit more of an argument.
I think so too. Because I know I was talking to several Central folks after that game a few weeks back, and you see Austin Barron there on the screen. If you're watching us here this evening, he is not happy at all. So it is going to be against Villa Rica.
Unnecessary roughness, I believe.
So it looks like it is going to be unnecessary roughness. Personal foul. Hit to the helmet. So no ejection right now as we look on the Innovative Benefits Consulting Double Vision Cam if you're watching with us on Facebook, YouTube, and 24 Strong TV this evening. So first down and 10 for the Cougars at the 35-yard line. Still in Alexander territory. 14 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play. We'll take a look at the scoreboard coming up when we return after the break here at the end of the quarter. 2 receivers out right side of the field. Sliding out to the left, Terrence Booker. Actually, the clock would already start, and the quarter will come to a close. We have played one in the City of Gold. We're still a scoreless ball game. Alexander still going to have the football, and we'll flip the football field when we come back. Timeout on the field. At the end of the first quarter, it's Villa Rica nothing. It's Alexander nothing. Our coverage of Friday Night Football with the Villa Rica Wildcats.
Own business that's taken care of their community in West Georgia and East Alabama for more than 85 years. Not only do they do all types of siding and roofing, they also do complete interior renovations as well. Financing available for interior and exterior renovations. Decks, windows, barns, or anything else you need. We have you covered. Just call Joe at 770-550-7536 or email nutroofing@gmail.com.
We start a brand new quarter of play. It's going to be a second quarter, 12 minutes on the clock. Villa Rica nothing, Alexander nothing. We are flipping the football field now as we move from left to right. Seth Kane, Michael Miller back here with you. Glad to have you here with us on a Friday night. And Chase is going to be rolling out to the field. He'll throw the football. It will be caught, but he'll be forced out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. I think it's just still going to come up for a second down and 10.
I've been very impressed with the speed of Villa Rica's defense so far in this first half as well. They've been flying all over on these perimeter runs and perimeter screens that Alexander's been running so far.
It's really been fun to watch, too, because I think last week was Central just going really quick, catching them off guard. They just didn't have a whole lot of time to really kind of compose themselves. But this week is a much, much different and better-looking Villa Rica team than what we saw last week, and we're glad to see that. Chase Collins going back in at quarterback. He has got 2 backs behind him on 2-back set, and then he is going to hand off, but nowhere he is going to be met. And one of the initial tacklers looks like Malachi Dunson. Kamari Humes will also be there in the mix. Third down and about 11 to go.
We haven't really seen Alexander take a whole lot of shots downfield so far. They had that one ball that just missed, but we're interested to see here on 3rd and long if they try and take a shot downfield, not play conservative.
We'll have to wait and see on this third down long situation because both of these teams are trying to get on the scoreboard here in this scoreless ball game. 11 minutes. Dropping back Collins. He is looking flush to the pocket, wrapped up, and he is going to be sacked. And that will be Tyjae Martin coming in, making the tackle. And that'll be a fourth down and long situation for Alexander.
Bring a fourth down. Punting situation.
So a punting situation, Aiden Kent will be the return man for Villa Rica. And, you know, no matter how much you look at it there, Michael, Collins just getting wrapped up, and he was just smothered on that tackle.
That was a great job by Tyjae Martin right there. Looked like Micah Parsons off the edge on that play.
So now it's 10 seconds left on the play clock. Aiden Kent will be the deep return man for Villa Rica. There's a low punt. It's going to be blocked, picked up by Villa Rica. They're going to run it into the end zone. Touchdown for the Villa Rica Wildcats. Touchdown for the Villa Rica Wildcats. They will block the punt. And it was Schaefer Hudson. Schaefer Hudson picking that football up, running it back in for the touchdown on the block punt. And Villa Rica leads 6-0 with 10:20 left to go in the second quarter.
And just a much different performance so far from Villa Rica. It seemed like last week everything was kind of going against him, and so far it looks like everything's going for him.
My goodness, what a great play. Picked that one up, ran it all the way back in. Great block. Schaefer Hudson there.
On the attempt to point after number 96.
And we'll see Derek Olivia.
To hold number 19.
Olive, I should say, I beg pardon. He's going to kick the PAT, and we'll wait for that. With that score, Auto Owners of Southland Insurance will make another donation to the FCA, and that is going to be a block PAT. But wait a second, we have flags on the field, so hold your horses, folks.
Flag on the play.
So we'll wait and see what this call is going to be. I wonder if somebody kind of moves pretty quickly on this.
If this goes against Alexander, I wonder if you think about going for two if you move the ball up.
Yeah. Wait for the white hat to come stand out and tell the audience.
Offsides on the Cougars. Wildcats will try to point after again.
So they'll only move, kicking up about a yard and a half closer. And now we wait for the PAT. Derek Olivier. He is a left-footed kicker. Blaine Brown doing the holding for the Wildcats. There's snap spot, the hold. The kick is blocked. The kick is blocked by Alexander. And, of course, they cannot return it back. But the PAT is no good. And Villa Rica, they still maintain the lead 6-0 on top of the Alexander Cougars. And Alexander will get the football when we come back. Timeout on the field with 10:20 left to go in the second quarter. It's Alexander nothing. It's Villa Rica 6. Let's take a timeout on the Graddock Sports Network.
Back in my day, we didn't level concrete. We just tripped over it and called it a character-building experience. When your sidewalks are more unstable than your situationship, Raised Right Concrete Leveling is here to... .69.
You're listening to high school football coverage
on Great Classics 98.9 WWGA Tallapoosa.
And we come back here at Sam McIntyre Stadium, Frank Vohan Field here on the campus of Villa Rica High School. Villa Rica just scored on a block punt, and it was ran back in by Schaefer Hudson for the Wildcats. Villa Rica kicks the football back off. Alexander will bobble the return, fall on top of it, and making the return for the Cougars was Troy Pantlet. That's his name, P-A-N-T-L-I-T-Z.
Troy Pantlitz.
He's a senior. He'll drop the football, and now it'll be 1st and 10 for Alexander behind the 35-yard line, near the 33-yard line, and we're moving from left to right.
And Alexander really needs to put a drive together here. They've been very, very lethargic and very stagnant on offense to start this football game.
So Alexander, historically have always been, had some up and down years over the years, and this so far not starting out too great. 1-2 already on the season. Again, that first win coming 2 weeks ago over the Cedartown Bulldogs. They played that one in Polk County. Two receivers out right side of the field. One will be lined up to the left, one to the right, I should say, and then handed the football off, caught up the middle, and that will be a first down, taking two guys with him to bring him down on the field. And on the carry was McCray on the carry that for the Alexander Cougars. That's going to be a first down.
And there is a flag on the field, too, I believe. Or no, there's not.
No, they're still going to run the clock. Okay. I was like you.
At the Wildcat 48-yard line.
I'm just wondering if one of these players has a yellow towel or something that fell off. Be that as it may, Alexander will have it at the Villa Rica 48-yard line as we're moving from left to right as you're listening. Taking the snap, it will be Collins. Collins looks to the left side of the field. Throw, caught ball as soon as he catches the football. Trips up and falls down. McCray was the receiver there. And now it'll be a second down and about
Gain of about 3. Around second down.
seven. Only gain of about 3.
Villa Rica fortunate that he does fall down right there. There's a lot of green grass ahead of him.
So he could have easily had a first down if he had kept his footing right there. Minimum of first down. 19 seconds on the clock. It continues to wind down. Alexander has the football. Villa Rica almost jumping offside there. They stop. Play clock under 10 seconds now. Collins will go up, recall the play. He's got a 2-back set with him. 2 receivers to the right side of the field. Rolling back is going to be Collins. He is flushed in the pocket. He is going to be sacked. He is going to be sacked on the field, and coming in and making the sack will be Kamari Humes for Villa Rica. That's a third down and long situation. So from a second and 7, now will be a third and 17 now. So a loss of 10 on that.
It just feels like every single third down Alexander's had has been third and just incredibly long.
So now a third down in an extremely long situation, moving to the east side of the stadium. Collins falls back on his fanny, takes a snap, took a couple of steps back, tripped over his own 2 feet, and stumbled back down and lost about another 4 to 5 yards. That will bring up a fourth down and a trip to Douglasville and a punting situation for Alexander.
It really does just feel like the roles are reversed this week. It's just Alexander making the mistakes they've had and having some things not go their way so far has been very much what Villa Rica was dealing with a week ago.
So we wait for Villa Rica and Alexander. Alexander will punt the football back to Aiden Kent.
Into punt for the Cougars, number 15.
So where's number 8 and 4?
Back deep for the Wildcats, number 84, Kent.
Punting the football is going to be Joshua Castillo, the kicker. He is a senior. We got another stoppage of play, or I know one Alexander Cougar was running out late onto the field. Now we got a timeout on the field. I believe Alexander will call that timeout. Alexander's going to call a timeout. We'll take one with him. Timeout. With 7:32 left to go in the second quarter of play. Villa Rica has the lead 6-0 on top of the Cougars of Alexander. Let's take a timeout from Sam McIntyre Stadium on the Graddock Sports Network.
Huddle up, wing lovers, and double your count for less. Wing Tuesday at Buffalo Wild Wings. When you buy one order of traditional wings, get one for 50% off. No time to dine? Order for delivery and ring it up with a crew at home. Or pick up takeout when you're on the go. Limit one per order, not valid with any other offers. Additional terms and conditions apply. Huddle up for Wing Tuesday at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Villa Rica the lead on top of the Alexander Cougars. I'm Seth Kane. Michael Miller is sitting to my right. Alexander punting the football back to Villa Rica. That's a high spiral of a punt going to be fielded back by Aiden Kent back at the 20. Cuts up the left side of the field, right side of the field. And he'll get it to about the 30-yard line. Not a bad, so they'll say he actually made it out of bounds at the 29-yard line. That'll be first down and 10. Villa Rica from the 29, moving from right to left.
Xavier McDonald.
So I think Villa Rica, as long as they start moving methodically down the field and just kind of taking it really easy down the field, I think they'll have some success in getting it on the other side of the 50-yard line into Alexander territory.
Yeah, the way their defense is playing, they can just take up some time and move the ball down the field and get any kind of points, really feel really good.
Take a look around the United Community Bank scoreboard on the way here in just a bit. Already some games early going right now. This time handed the football off. That time that will be handed off to Tyjae Martin. For Villa Rica, cuts to the 30-yard line to the near left side. Gain of 1 as second down and 9.
Second down and 9.
So a little short yardage gain there. The clock will continue to tick away at 7 minutes. Again, a receiver to you. Two receivers out to the right side of the field. One lined up to the left. Driving back as Eubanks throws across the field. Makes a man, catches the football. It's going to be picked up by Max Garfield. Garfield on the way to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Strike up that fight song. That is a touchdown for the Villa Rica Wildcats. It's now 12-0 with 6:35 left to go here in the second quarter of play. My goodness, what a catch from Matthew Eubanks all the way out to Max Garfield for Villa Rica.
Well, we just talked about, having a good drive, taking up some time. A one-play touchdown. I'll take that, too.
6:35, so not a bad pass there. And look, it almost had it one-handed. If we take a look at the replay, he just cradled that football and said, I'm off to the lumberyard. Touchdown. Do we have a flag down on the field? It looks like he's about to let everybody know what's happening. Nope, I guess not. Olivier will be coming in, kicking the PAT for Villa Rica, as Blaine Brown will be doing the holding. Kane Brown's country music singer. 12-0 is your score. Villa Rica with the lead. And with that score, Auto Owners Southland Insurance will be making another donation to the West Metro Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Auto Owners and Southland Insurance.
Touchdown counts.
So the touchdown will count on that flag.
On the offense.
Unsportsmanlike on Villa Rica, so they'll assess that on the kickoff. Shout out to Gary and Susan Hewitt. Auto Owners Southland Insurance making donations to the West Metro Fellowship of Christian Athletes all season long for every point that is scored tonight by the Villa Rica Wildcats. Snap the spot, the hold. Olivier's kick is in the air, but we got flags, but it would have been good.
Dead ball.
Offside against Alexander.
Offsides on the defense.
So now they're taking people off the field, so I think they're going to go for two on this one.
I like the decision there, too. Obviously, the ball is moving up closer to the line, and you can make it a 14-point game again instead of a 13-point game.
So now Villa Rica will attempt to go for two. Matthew Eubanks, the quarterback, going back out onto the football field. 20 seconds left to go here. The clock continues to tick away. Eubanks will be dropping, will be standing back. He'll go going back under center. He's going to try to go it in for the quarterback keeper. Does he get in? Does he get in? We're waiting for the signal. He does. The two-point conversion is good. Matthew Eubanks on the quarterback sneak. The two-point conversion is good, and Villa Rica now leads 14-0 with 6:35 left to go in the second quarter of play. Man, what a great play there, Michael.
I was going to criticize Villa Rica for going out of the pistol in a fourth and short situation. Obviously, they fixed it, ran to the line, and had the QB sneak for the two-point conversion. So
Villa Rica now leads 14-0 with 6:35 left to go. We're going to take a timeout. From Frank Vohan Field at Villa Rica High School, this is Friday Night Football on the Granite Sports Network.
No matter where you have to go, your feet have to get you there. Soul Roots knows this better than anyone. That's why they are dedicated to taking care of you and your feet. Soul Roots offers the latest styles of the absolute best brands of shoes with your feet in mind, featuring Hoka, Ulta, and On running shoes. Come in and get your free fitting by one of their fit experts. That's Soul Roots Running Company, 150 Maple Crossing, Suite 101. Online at soulrootsracing.com.
We come back to Sam McIntyre Stadium in Frank Vohan Field. Villa Rica scored a touchdown with a completed pass. Matthew Eubanks connecting with Max Garfield, running that football in for the touchdown. Then they went for two. Had a couple of penalties there, an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, which is making them kick it off from the 25-yard line. They'll kick it off. Olivier will. That'll be a high end-over-end kick, fielded back near the 25-yard line. The return man for Alexander zigzags his way before he is swarmed by a pack of Wildcats down there. That'll be about 9 yards of the return. It'll be first down and 10 for Alexander. He was going nowhere. They were not going to let him advance any further than what he was going to. But now we have Christian Westley, the injured Wildcat, down on the field. And he is writhing, going back and forth in pain. The medical staff is out to check on him, and they will stop everything right at the present moment. So they're going to keep an eye on him, turn him over on his back, and check him out a little bit. They're looking at the lower half of his body right at the present moment. So they're going to attend to him for a second, but as he was advancing back up the field, Michael, as we saw, Villa Rica, their defense is coming out hot and heavy, emphasis on the heavy part this evening, and we just saw that just a second ago.
They're playing very fast and very physical, and I really kind of felt like they played that way a week ago. It's just that Central was just so talented everywhere on the field, and they were just able to beat them over the top the entire game.
So they're still assessing the situation on Christian Westley, the junior, who is listed as down as a wide receiver, playing on defense at times. And they are looking at his left leg. So while they are still attending to him, we'll take a quick injury timeout and come back to Frank Bohan Field here in just a second right here on the Graddick Sports Network.
Canceled by your current insurance company? Are your premiums too high? Southeastern Insurance Associates is here to help. With down payments as low as 10% and monthly payments as low as $1,000, you need to call Southeastern Insurance Associates. From big rigs today at 678-42838 or stop by the office at 740 Bankhead Highway in Carrollton. Southeastern Insurance Associates.
Back to Frank Bohan Field at Sam McIntyre Stadium. Seth Kane, Michael Miller back here with you after the kickoff. Christian Westley for the Alexander Cougars. He was tackled very, very hard, went down and kind of walked off on his own power. He's going to be okay, it looks like. That's good to see. Chase Collins will be back in at quarterback for the Cougars. He'll hand the football off, and he'll try to cut right back up the middle, but about 3-4. And we see Kamari Hughes. And Luke Hale will also be down there as well. So bring up second down on a run by McCray there for Alexander. Not much of a gain there. Still no gain. Second down and 10.
And really, Alexander has been shut down through the air and on the ground. They had one big run on their last drive. Other than that, it's been just absolutely nothing for them.
Clock under 6 minutes to play now here in the second quarter. Coming up, we've got a good halftime conversation going to be on the way. Mike Paris sat down with West Georgia head football coach Joel Taylor. He'll be joining us at the half. Looking forward to hearing that conversation. We'll tell you more about the West Georgia game coming up tomorrow. Tosses it out, going to get it across the 35-yard line to the near the 40-yard line on the far left side of the field. Handed it off to David Oyekunle. And Luke Hale making the tackle there for Villa Rica. Short gain, third down and about 7.5. Third down and 7. So gain of about 3. So third down, 7, gain of about 3 there, just right between the 38 and 39-yard lines. Ball spotted on the far left hash mark on the right side of the field. Collins back in at quarterback with the two-back set standing behind him, dropping back. He is looking, throws a high to the right side field, and it's going to be through the hands, incomplete pass there to Paxton Dobbs. And a great coverage there by Tamaj Beasley, along with Judah Walker there for Villa Rica to stop that reception.
We got a flag on the play near the line of scrimmage.
Maybe pass interference.
Indication is holding.
Holding against Alexander, okay.
On the offense, interior line.
So that will be...
Bring up fourth down for the Wildcats.
So it'll be fourth down for the Cougars. And their SWAT personnel on the field. Aiden Kent will be the deep return man. He'll return back out there to return the football for Villa Rica. And Joshua Castillo will be making the punt back to Villa Rica on this fourth down and 7 situation.
You know, I will say one positive, I think, for Alexander in this game. I feel like Chase Collins has had a very good game so far. He's putting the ball in the right spot. He's just not going down with it.
Quarter, Carrollton 8, Gainesville 0.
So I just heard the Carrollton Gainesville score. They're playing now at Bobby Gruen Field in Hull County tonight. There's going to be a low, whoa, that was a bad punt. Low punt is still rolling. Keep them doggies rolling, raw high down to the 20-yard line. And to the 21-yard line is where it's going to stop. And Alexander will have it first down and 10 from the 21-yard line. And we'll be moving from right to left. Let's go ahead and get you an update of some scores on the scoreboard here tonight. The Bremen Blue Devils on top of Raven County tonight, 3-0. They're playing that game in Bremen. Mount Zion huge right now, 28-0 on top of Baconton Charter. this evening. Playing that one over at Mount Zion tonight. Bowden Heard County, one of the top 5 games in the state tonight. They're tied up at 7 at Staples Stadium, and Franklin Carrollton is in Hall County tonight in Gainesville. They're up 8-0 on top of the Gainesville Red Elephants, and still a scoreless ball game between Ranburne and Reeltown in Alabama. They just got started just a few minutes ago. Villa Rica with the football, 4:45 left to go here in the second quarter. Throws from Eubanks, an incomplete pass which was intended for Jason Hart, and that'll be a 2nd down and 10 situation.
Number 1, Terrence Booker, 2nd down 10.
You know, I'm kind of surprised that Alexander hasn't kind of stepped back a little bit in their coverage. They're still pressing a lot, and they're getting beat. They've been getting beat the entire first half, so I'm kind of surprised they haven't adjusted a little bit.
I know, and we'll have to see whether they're going to make adjustments here at halftime as well. It's 2nd down. It's 10 to go at the 21-yard line, still in Villa Rica territory. Takes a snap, hands a football off, and going nowhere is Emmanuel Ajayi, and maybe lose about a yard or two, bringing up a 3rd down and near at about loss of about 4 there, bringing up 3rd down and 14.
Loss of 4, bring up 3rd down and 14.
So at 3:37, the clock continuing to tick away here tonight. So a 3rd down and long situation. We're moving to the west side of the stadium, back up near Temple. 3:28 to go, and we got stoppage of play. Flags will become again a false start against the Wildcats. That'll back them up 5 more yards to bring up a 3rd down and 19 situation.
False start. Back them up 5 yards.
So that'll move them all the way back behind the 15-yard line to near the 13-yard line is where the ball will be spotted. So 3rd down and long. 3rd down into the traffic light in Temple for Villa Rica. Here in the second quarter, 3:20 left to go.
Still pressing on 3rd and 18.
I know, it's kind of wild to watch here. We're dropping back. Is Eubanks. Eubanks is running for his life. Throws the football. It's going to be a high, long pass, and it's going to be incomplete, and now it will be a 4th down situation for the Wildcats.
False incomplete on the coverage.
So really, aside from that one penalty, though, but you got to give credit to Alexander's defense. I mean, he was starting to play a little bit stronger here in the second quarter and forcing Villa Rica to go on another 3 and out here.
They've definitely shut the run down very well in this football game, but still, I still just cannot believe that they're still pressing as much as they are. If they played a little bit more shallow, I feel like they could really have some more success in this game.
So Villa Rica will punt the football back. The deep return man for the Alexander Cougars will be Terrence Booker, who is a senior. And they'll be kicking that football back off from about 1.5 yards inside the end zone. There's a snap. There's the punt. High into the night sky. Punt wobbling a little bit across the 50. Keeps rolling across the 45. And it will fall just right at around the 40. And they're still trying to brush it back to the 39-yard line. That's where you got to stop it at the 39-yard line as we see Villa Rica. They're trying to kind of whoosh it there if you're watching us on Facebook this evening. But Alexander will have the football 1st down and 10 from their own 39-yard line, moving from a left to right. Well, I'd thank all of our listeners and viewers here tonight from wherever you might be watching and listening from tonight. I'd like to give a big shout out to all of our listeners in Monroeville, Alabama, listening this evening.
Band's going to put on a show for you.
My grandmother-in-law, Miss Polly Hudson, listening in tonight. Thanks for listening in to us and all of my family, wife's family down there in Monroe County. Thanks for tuning in with us this evening from wherever you might be listening to us from Monroeville, Alabama to right here in Villa Rica and all points in between. Glad to have you here with us this evening. 2:50 left to go in the second quarter. Alexander has the football tonight. We're moving from left to right. Back of the gun is going to be Chase Collins that time. Chase Collins, the senior quarterback for Alexander. He is slipping, falls down, and will lose probably about 2 yards, maybe. 3rd down and 2nd down and about 12, it looks like.
And if I were Alexander, too, I would kind of be following the same game plan that Villa Rica has so far. They've gotten some separation on some of these deep balls. They just haven't been able to come down with them, but they've had absolutely nothing going on the ground, though. So
let's see what Alexander will be having dialed up again. It's 2nd down and about 12 and a half to go, we'll say. They'll move it back to near the 37-yard line. Ball spotted on the near right hash mark as we are moving from left to right. Villa Rica bringing 4 guys to the front line, looking at about almost a 4-3 look. Dropping back, this time is going to be Collins across the center of the field. He throws it, going to be a caught football. Terrence Booker across the way, the 20, the 15, the 10, and he will be brought down by his ankles near the 5-yard line. What a tremendous pass. Credit from Collins there to Terrence Booker, and the tackle was made by Ashton Reese, but we got flags on the play. This one might be coming back.
Back to 37-yard line. Let's check it out.
So let's check out and see what this one will end up being. And looks like it's going to be on Alexander, and that will back him up. Holding against Alexander, that's going to be a 10-yard penalty. And which you got to hate that for Alexander in one sense. I mean, it's great for Villa Rica, but got to hate it for Alexander. What a great catch and a great run, all to be negated by a holding penalty.
And they finally hit an explosive play and shooting themselves in the foot again, which is what they've done in this entire first half.
So now with 2 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Here on a 14-0 ball game, Villa Rica leads. We got a timeout on the field. Picking the flag back up again. We're going to stop at your play. The white hats guys tie a shoe. That's why we're stopping the play here. So as he is getting his Nikes laced back up again. And we'll get play underway here in just a bit. Don't forget, a halftime report going to be coming up. Head football coach at the University of West Georgia, Joel Taylor, had a conversation this week with Mike Paris ahead of a big game for West Georgia coming up tomorrow, taking on the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State University. Game time at 6 o'clock at University Stadium. Don't forget to get your tickets, uwgathletics.com/tickets. Love to see you out there. We want to see a packed stadium tomorrow for the first home game of the season. West Georgia ranked number 25 in FCS football for the first time in Division I history. So we're looking forward to a great game tomorrow. Of course, if you can make it, we'll have the broadcast for you on our sister station, KISS 102.7, starting at 5 o'clock, countdown to kickoff. Matt Skinner. Then Matt and I will have all the play-by-play action for you from University Stadium on the West Georgia Wolves Sports Network. Looking forward to it tomorrow. And we're still having a con.
I don't know what's going on.
Don't either. All right, so I think the deliberation's over. Everybody's standing around, and now they're going to finally let him get set back at the line. And we'll have it second down and about a quarter of a mile to go for the Alexander Cougars, 2nd and 21. Another shotgun snap. Collins looks. He throws to the left side of the field, and he will have that football batted away. It will be incomplete, and it's a 3rd down and long situation for the Cougars.
Right there again, wide receiver gets a little separation. That ball looked like it was a little bit underthrown.
Third down.
Bryce Murphy was the intended receiver. And now we'll see, probably going to go back to the air again for Alexander. So we'll see how this is going to pan out for him. The passing has not been terrible for the Cougars tonight, but hasn't been proven too strong for him so far here lately. The last pass is incomplete. And still trying to find their footing here on this 14-0 ball game. Minute 54. They'll be back in the pistol look, back at the gun, turns, hands the football to go for the run play. Carrying the football up the field is going to be Dwayne McCray. McCray is going to try to get back in front of the stick, but he is still going to be short. We'll get close to the 37-yard line, about the 36-yard line, still a long way from the first down. It's a 4th down and long situation, and we'll see Alexander quite possibly punting this one back.
Bring up 4th down.
So we'll spot the football just over the 35-yard line to the 36-yard line. And timeout's going to be on the field. I don't think the clock ran. And so Villa Rica will take a timeout. They'll take a timeout. We'll take a quick one with them. Timeout with 1:35 left to go. Here in the first half, it's Villa Rica 14, Alexander nothing. Let's take a timeout from Frank Vohan Field in the City of Gold on the Graddock Sports Network.
You call the play and score big during the ultimate tailgating event at John Thornton Buick GMC with an all-out full blitz on factory incentives like $10,000 off MSRP on the new 25 GMC Sierra HD Denali models. Take $6,000 off MSRP on a new 25 GMC Terrain or $3,000 off MSRP on a new 25 Buick Envista at John Thornton Buick GMC in Carrollton. GMC, we are professional grade. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details.
Aiden Kim, the deep return man for Villa Rica. That's going to be a high end over in kick into the night sky. Calling for the fair catch back at about the 28-yard line. And Villa Rica will have it first down and 10 from the 28. We're moving from right to left, from east to west.
89 seconds remaining in the first half.
And a big opportunity for Villa Rica here. They can go 2 for 1. They get the ball for the second half as well.
So, of course, Alexander elected to receive to open up the ball game here this evening. And let's see if Villa Rica will just kind of methodically move down the field. Of course, last time, Eubanks connected really well to Max Garfield to get a touchdown there. So let's see if they'll have any other good passing plays wrapped up their sleeve with Austin Barron here this evening. So they'll spread the formation out. 2 receivers out to the right side of the field. One will be lined up to the left, man-to-man on the receiver on the left. Throws across the field. It's going to be incomplete, intended for Max Garfield. Eubanks is throwing it over here a little bit closer to the sideline, but Garfield, it looks like he kind of went to the other direction. So a little bit of, I think, miscommunication there on the passing route.
Either a little miscommunication or just trying to get rid of that ball and not get the intentional grounding.
So Villa Rica will try it again. Second down and 10. Just near the 28-yard line, moving it to the left side of the field. A minute 24 as the clock is stopped after that incomplete pass. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Eubanks rolls out left side of the field, pumps the brakes. He's going to try to cut back on the middle of the field, but he is wrapped up and brought down by Kason Cobb and sacked for about a 4-yard loss. Looks like we got some chippiness going on down on the field, but that's been stopped. And we got a stoppage of play here at Villa Rica.
By the Cougars, excuse me.
Alexander will take another timeout, so they only have 1 time remaining. So Alexander only has the 1 timeout. Villa Rica has 2. Let's go ahead and take a look around the scoreboard again. We got some updated scores from around the area. Again, it's already went to halftime in Bremen this evening. Bremen up 3-0 on top of the Rabun County Wildcats. Mount Zion still up 28-0 on Baconton Charter. That was still in the second quarter. Bowden and Heard County tied up at 7 in the second quarter of this evening. It's now tied 8-8 between Carrollton and Gainesville. The Red Elephants are playing down in Hall County tonight at Bobby Gruen Field. That's a tied up ball game at 8 apiece. And Reeltown, the Rebels of Reeltown, are on top of the Ramblin' Bulldogs right now. Quick and early on in the first quarter, 21-0. For Central Temple and Haralson County all have the night off this week.
The Pilgrim Law Group and Shuckers Oyster House.
So now as we see it will be a third down situation. 3rd down and 13, long way to go. Line to gain will be the 38-yard line for the Villa Rica Wildcats. Makes the toss. Eubanks throws it high, went across the center of the field, overshooting his intended man and his intended receiver, looking like was Keith Howard. And that will bring up a 4th down situation, and most likely will be punting that football back to Alexander.
Bring up 4th down for the Wildcats. Eubanks back to punt.
So a 4th down for the Wildcats. Eubanks will be back to punt the football. Matthew Eubanks, quarterback, and doubling as the punter here this year.
He's had a good night on both sides. He's had a good night throwing the ball in. He's had a good night punting the ball away.
He's got a really good leg on him. Play clock now at 7 seconds. Better hurry up and call for the snap at 5. And there it goes. There's a high into the night sky punt. It will be fielded back and brought down back at the 35-yard line. Wesley received it, who received the punt last time, but brought down by Herard, Ivalino Herard. Loss of about 2 on that return. First down and 10.
For the Cougars, 50 seconds remaining.
For Alexander. So let's see what Alexander's going to have dialed up, because, anybody hates to go into the locker room with a goose egg on the scoreboard. But If Alexander doesn't get something going quick here with the remaining 50 seconds, that looks like the way it's going to end up being. Villa Rica with the lead going into the locker room at halftime.
I'm definitely feeling some pressure, too, because they don't want to go into the locker room down by 2 possessions and then have Villa Rica get the football and chance to go by 3 possessions before they even get touched the ball in the second half.
Absolutely right about that. So we'll move the ball to the 36-yard line. Alexander now coming back out onto the field. Play clock will now start. About to get ready to go to halftime here in just a bit. Of course, Michael and I will recap the first half for you coming up here in a bit. Rolling out to the right side of the field. That time it's going to be Collins. He is pressured. He is going to be throwing the football out of bounds. And it's going to be an incomplete pass. Got to give it to Kamari Humes there on the pressure there to force 8 seconds off that clock, down to 42 seconds left to go in the second quarter. So Villa Rica's defense, see a lot better than what we saw
Halftime score.
last week.
Baconton, Charter, 0. Mount Zion, 28.
So the Eagles are up at halftime, 28-0. They're playing that one at Donald Nixon Stadium on the campus of Mount Zion High School. So great working job by the Mount Zion Eagles this evening. Taking the shotgun snap, dropping back Collins. Collins is flushed in the pocket. He is going to be sacked yet again. Collins is going to be sacked, and my goodness, we got a couple of Kamari Humes. Also looking at Omar Holland and Tayshawn Thornton also going to be in the mix. Bringing him down, and the clock stops at 36 seconds.
We got third down in 16.
So third down and a mile to go.
Timeout call for the Wildcats.
So Villa Rica will call their second timeout. So each Alexander and Villa Rica will have one timeout remaining here tonight. So looking at Villa Rica's defense compared to what we saw last week, a lot better. They were down 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. Down at halftime. Down big at halftime because it was a running clock the entire second quarter last week. And so far this year for Villa Rica, on their schedule so far this season, as we take a look, their losses this year, so far lost 42-31 to Troop at the beginning of the season. The closest ball game all year was against Northgate on week number 2. They lost 12-9, their closest game of the year so far this year. And then last week against Central, lost 45-7. Alexander with only about 36 seconds to work with here. Villa Rica is showing 3 guys coming to the front line on defense. Taking the snap is going to be Collins. Hands the football off across 35 to near the 40. McCray will be taking the football. KJ Jackson with a tackle there. And we got another whistle blown and another timeout. Villa Rica will be taking their final timeout.
Smile Center Villa Rica timeout.
So that'll be Villa Rica's final timeout with 28 seconds to go here in the second quarter of play. So far as we go back and we look at the history between Villa Rica and Alexander. Of course, this is 8 times, actually not the 8th meeting, but the 12th meeting all time between these two teams. Dates all the way back. We got to go back to the year of 1988, where Villa Rica won 20-10. Alexander would win in 1989, 34-0. They would take a break, would not play again until 2004. 2004, Villa Rica won 21-0. And again in 2005 would win it 28-0 when Rich Finley, Bowden's now head coach, but he was the head coach at Alexander for both of those years, fell to Dwight Lawler, who was the head coach of Villa Rica for those 2 years after leaving Haralson County and coming to Villa Rica. Rob Cleveland got the wins 2008, 2009, 27-7, 37-16 over the Alexander Cougars. Rob Cleveland again over Matthew Combs in 2010, 35-3.
Back to receive for the Wildcats.
And he'll be punting it back to the Wildcats, and the call for the fair catch will fall on it near the 30-yard line.
Fair catches around the 30.
And I would not be surprised, Michael, if Villa Rica gets the football and they just take a knee to run the clock out and head into the locker room at halftime.
That's exactly what I would do. They really haven't. They had that one explosive play, but they've kind of just not really been able to move the ball other than that. So you got 20 seconds left. You're up by 14. Don't do anything stupid and just go in the locker room with a 2-possession lead.
So we'll wait and see what they will have down. Oh, hold your horses, folks. We got a flag on the field.
Having another long conversation about it.
So they're having another delegation down there on the field and see what the delegation of the officiating association be having here this evening. Other updates on the scoreboard tonight. No shocker here. The Houston Astros up 8-0 on the Atlanta Braves. Playing that one at Truist Park this evening.
Yeah, the 18-2 game last Sunday was. I was watching the Falcons, but got the ESPN notification on my phone, and that wasn't.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
Into Seattle? Really? So we got a holding call on the offense. Penalty will be declined.
Take the football.
So they'll take it back, first down and 10. So we'll see what Villa Rica will have dialed up here, and we'll see if they'll take a knee or run at least one play to run the clock out, because Villa Rica's out of timeouts. Alexander only has the one timeout remaining left. And the way they're lined up, I think Eubanks is going to take the football, because they're lined up, it looks like victory formation style. So I think Eubanks will take the football and just take the knee to run the clock out. And that's exactly what they are going to do, just to run the clock out. And the clock will continue to run, and both teams are going back to their respective sidelines, and they are headed for the locker room. Well, the Villa Rica Wildcats have the lead 14-0 as we head into halftime here tonight. Michael Miller and I, we're going to come back. We'll recap the first half before we get into our conversation with Mike Paris and head football coach Joel Taylor of the University of West Georgia. That will be coming up here in a bit. It's now time for the American Pie Pizzeria halftime show, brought to you by American Pie Pizzeria in the Westover Square on Maple Street. All favorite pizzas, calzone, sandwiches, and salads open Monday through Saturday, 11 to 9. American Pie, like it says on the box, you never forget your first piece. If you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, and 24 Strong TV, stay with us. You're going to be enjoying the halftime performances of Alexander and Villa Rica. If you're joining us here on the radio, stay with us. Michael Miller and I will be back to recap the first half and so much more when the American Pie Pizzeria halftime report will continue from Villa Rica after this timeout, with Villa Rica with a 14-0 lead over the Alexander Cougars. Our coverage of Friday Night Football with the Villa Rica Wildcats will continue after this timeout on the Graddock Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Alexander Cougar Marching Band. How about another hand for the Alexander Cougar Marching Band? Ladies and gentlemen, On behalf of Carroll County Schools Superintendent Mr. Scott Coward and Villa Rica High School Principal Dr. Mike Podolsky, we proudly present the Villa Rica High School Marching Wildcats! The band is being led onto the field by drum majors Chloe Robertson and Caden Smith. The band is under the direction of R. Kevin Brown and Ann Wilson. They are assisted by Kylie Lord. Russell Bennett is the woodwind instructor. The color guard director is John Lewis, who is assisted by David Spell. The percussion director is Jahi Moore, and the percussion instructor is Isaiah Hill. The Villa Rica Marching Wildcats proudly present their 2025 show, It's Our Time, featuring music selections from Rob McConnell, Singers Unlimited, and Billie Eilish. Tonight, the band will perform Movement 1, You Are, and Movement 2, We Are. Soloists are Charmel Hayes and Canon Winger. The VRHS Marching Wildcats would like to give a special shout out to the 8th grade band students from Villa Rica Middle School and Bay Springs Middle School who are joining us for our annual 8th grade night. Yeah, let's hear it for the 8th graders. We also want to thank their directors, Mrs. Kylie Lord and Ms. Valerie Weiss, for their continued support and dedication. Drum majors Chloe Robertson and Caden Smith. Is your band ready? One more hand for the Villa Rica Marching Wildcat Band. The Villa Rica High School Marching Wildcats would like to acknowledge their top-tier corporate sponsor, Environmental and Medical Gas Services. Please give another round of applause for the Villa Rica Marching Wildcats. The Marching Wildcats competitive season will begin at their first competition on October 4th at Central High School. Also, please mark September 30th in your calendars. The Villa Rica High School Band Program will be hosting the annual Carroll County Marching Exhibition here at Villa Rica High School. We hope to see you there.
This is the best music. Here in Villa Rica, we back our Wildcats.
I'm former Atlanta Braves Otis Nixon. I know a thing or two about a steal, and I got a steal when I gave Dollar a holler. If you give them a call, I guarantee you your system is going to be running better than it ever did before.
Whether you're in need of service or a full unit replacement, give Dollar a holler for all your home comfort needs. 770-834-6001.
I got a steal when I gave Dollar a holler.
770-834-6001. Online at dollarheatingandair.com.
And we come back to Sam McIntyre Stadium at Frank Bohan Field here on the campus of Villa Rica High School, where the Villa Rica Wildcats seeing a much better Villa Rica Wildcat team tonight than compared to what we saw last week. We see poise, we see composure, and in a lot of areas, a lot better discipline we see tonight, Michael.
Absolutely. Not a lot of penalties for Villa Rica. I actually don't believe they had any. I can't remember.
Most of them have been going towards Alexander. I think only one or two. I think that was like an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on one, and then others in that way as well. But as we go back, we get the halftime adjustments. But let's look back at the keys to the game. Presented by Morris Auto Sales. Back at the beginning of the ball game, you know, for Villa Rica, we were talking about minimizing the mistakes. And I think they've done that quite a bit here tonight compared to last week. And also, they've done a great job containing the Alexander quarterback as well. So some of their couple of keys that Austin Barron was talking about in Coach's Clinic earlier tonight proven to be fruitful for him.
Absolutely. Chase Collins had nowhere to run. We've seen him have a couple of design quarterback runs that have gone for absolutely nothing. And then they've gotten beat a couple times on one-on-one coverage, but it hasn't come back to bite them so far.
And looking for Alexander early on with the keys to the game. Wear down the Villa Rica defense and start quick. Unfortunately, both of those things have not come to fruition with them.
Not at all. They have had no movement on offense whatsoever. Villa Rica's getting off the field extremely efficiently.
Let's take a look at the Tire Express halftime adjustments brought to you by Tire Express at Carrollton. From the new set of tires to regularly scheduled maintenance, Tire Express just off North Highway 113 in Carrollton, dedicated to getting you back on the road safely and quickly. For more, visit TireExpressGA.com. Tire Express, to God be the glory. You know, take a look at what Villa Rica needs to do. I don't think there's much you need to change for Villa Rica here at halftime. I think what they're doing is really good as long as they keep their pedal to the metal. And, don't let up. Just keep going. I think they'll be fine. But Alexander, on the other hand, they don't make some changes to their mistakes and try to get more composure in the second half, it's not going to be good for them.
Yeah, Alexander has got to find a way to move the ball at some point in this football game. They're down by 14. They're not going to get the ball for the second half, so you need your defense to come out and get a big stop, and you've got to find something. And really, you feel like you kind of have to get in the end zone immediately to get yourself believing you can come back in this football game.
No doubt about that, and that is your halftime adjustments brought to you by Tire Express in Carrollton. From a new set of tires to regularly scheduled maintenance, Tire Express just off North Highway 113 in Carrollton, dedicated to getting you back on the road safely and quickly. For more, visit TireExpressGA.com. Tire Express, to God be the glory. Take a look at the Alexander Cougars. Their next 5 home games, they got to head to Floyd County next week, take on the Rome Wolves. That's going to be a tough matchup for them. New Manchester in a couple of weeks, getting on into region play. Kennesaw Mountain, East Paulding, and Lithia Springs. And now you take a flip over and we take a look at the Villa Rica Wildcats schedule coming up. Their next few games ahead on the schedule. Here, we got South Paulding coming up next week, Lithia Springs in 2 weeks, and then on October the 3rd, headed to Floyd County. Take on the Rome Wolves, take on New Manchester on the 10th of October, and going to Kennesaw Mountain on October the 24th. We're about ready to get second half action underway here at Sam McIntyre Stadium at Frank Bohan Field. But before we do that, we need to take this time to allow our stations to identify themselves. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Friday Night Football with the Villa Rica Wildcats on the Graddock Sports Network.
You're listening to high school football coverage on Great Classics 98.9 WWGA Tallapoosa.
Seth Kane, Michael Miller back here with you with about 5 seconds remaining left to go in halftime. Of course, the halftime report brought to you by American Pie Pizzeria. Remember, like it says on the box, you never forget your first piece. American Pie Pizzeria. They're in Westover Square on Maple Street in Carrollton with all your favorite pizzas, calzones, sandwiches, and salads open Monday through Saturday. 11 to 9. Go by there, get you some pizza and some wings for a great day of college football. And once you get done doing that, come on out to University Stadium at Rayland Field for West Georgia, East Tennessee State tomorrow, as the Bucks from Johnson City, Tennessee are making their way to take on the number 25 ranked West Georgia Wolves tomorrow at University Stadium. Again, if you can't make it, Matt Skinner and I will have a call for you on the flagship station of the West Georgia Wolves Sports Network, KISS 102.7, beginning at 5 o'clock from University Stadium at Rayland Field for the first home game of the season. West Georgia at 2-0, East Tennessee at 1-2, and we're just hoping and praying that they got beat up big enough by Tennessee last week. 72-17 was the final score on Rocky Top. That was going to be a long, short ride back to Johnson City for them out of Knoxville last week.
Yeah, we all know that Josh Heupel likes to run the score up a little bit more than some other coaches.
But, of course, East Tennessee going to be bringing in a familiar quarterback, Cade McNamara. I remember him playing on the Michigan team that won the Big Ten a few years ago, also getting into the college football playoff. He is a graduate student this year.
He's a very serviceable quarterback when he was in Michigan, too. Just wasn't quite J.J. McCarthy, which is why he lost his job.
Not J.J. McCarthy style, but, he did okay. Michigan and Iowa, for the fact of the matter. So he went from Ann Arbor to the cornfields. So now Villa Rica will get the football. To start the football back off, Castillo going to be one of the deep return men as we get ready to start the third quarter of play here in the second half. There's a kick. It's going to be a low kick. Hold your horses. We got flags, and that one might be coming back. Somebody offsides on the return team.
I wonder if somebody got started early for Alexander on the kick.
That's what I'm thinking. Let's see.
Illegal procedure on the kicking team.
So it is a legal procedure against the Alexander Cougars.
Crossed the 40 before the toe met the leather.
So that will back Alexander up 5 yards. Now they'll kick it off from the 35-yard line from right to left. We're glad to have you along here with us wherever you might be listening and watching tonight. And give us a comment. Drop us a comment on Graddock Sports on Facebook. And we'll read it out to you and give you a shout-out from wherever you might be watching or listening here this evening. Of course, we have people from all over the United States listening last week, from South Carolina to Texas to Alabama, Florida, and all points in between. So drop us some comments on Facebook and let us know where you're watching and listening from this evening. We'll give you a shout-out here, right here across the Graddock Sports Network. Alexander will kick the football back off again from the 35-yard line. There's a kick. It's high. It's end over end and fielded back. And picking that football up is going to be Jason Hardy. Cuts across the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30. Still on his feet. He gets vertical suplex down to the 35-yard line. And stopped by LaShawn Belton of Alexander. But great field position for Villa Rica. It'll be first down and 10. And it looks like we got some extracurricular activity going on down on the field. We got flag, and I believe we will have an unsportsmanlike conduct coming out on the field. So waiting for the white hat to give us some instructions, having some deliberation down there, because once the play was over, and it was a pretty tough hit that Alexander made on Villa Rica.
I'm kind of surprised there hasn't been more chippiness in this football game coming into it. I thought there might be kind of a problem tonight, but so far that's not been the case, really.
So still waiting for the white hat. They're having a meeting of Congress down there on the field. And so they're going to see where they will assess this at. We're keeping our look up here. And Whitehead still talking back to one of the side judges from the Alexander sideline. They're trying to get him moved back over to the field, talking to Cody Neal, the head coach of the Alexander Cougars. And appropriate song they're playing in the background, asking what's going on. We don't even know what's going on. If you're watching online and you see some of the Villa Rica coaches, they're still trying to deliberate and figure out what's going on as well. Cody Neal still trying to get some confirmation.
And that's making me think this is going to be a call against Alexander. And
has to be. All right, here we go. The White Hat coming out on the field. And now he's coming to talk to Austin Barron, who has walked out to the about to the 44-yard line, 43-yard line. So he can get some information and some clarification on what's going to be happening here. Because there was some chippiness that kind of happened after the play. So you guys say, is there going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on both Villa Rica and Alexander? That'll be offsetting penalties. So we got unsportsmanlike on Alexander, dead ball, unsportsmanlike against Villa Rica. So those penalties are going to offset.
2 penalties on the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct both on the offense and the defense.
And so they'll move the football and stop the football here at the 35-yard line on first down and 10. First down and 10 at the 35-yard line. Will be moving from left to right. First down and 10. They'll spread the formation out. Aiden Kent, one of the wide receivers, on the right side of the field near the Villa Rica sideline. Villa Rica in their purple headgear, purple jerseys, gold breeches, white numbers and letters. Somebody moved. We got a flag on the play. A false start against Villa Rica. That will back them up 5 yards.
We'll see if we can actually run a play from scrimmage in the second half.
No, it's been kind of difficult. It was very, very rare, especially for Alexander in the first half. So back them up 5 yards to the 30-yard line, first down and 15. Villa Rica again decked out in their purple headgear, purple jerseys, white numbers and letters, gold breeches. Alexander in their red headgear, white jerseys, red breeches, and black numbers and letters on the fronts and backs of their jerseys. Man goes in motion, and Eubanks hands the football off across the 30, cuts back up to 35, and bringing that football out of bounds. He is still.
And here it goes,
Here it goes, more chippiness, and we got some extracurricular activity happening down on the field on the Villa Rica sideline.
And that really should be a late hit. That was
should be
unnecessary.
So we take a look, and now they're going to try to split everybody up and get everybody back to their respective sides of the field. So let's see what's going to be happening here, and I don't.
Little pushing and shoving.
So the referees are still talking about.
On the sideline, flag has been thrown.
And will be unsportsmanlike conduct, but the question is it going towards Alexander
if you run a
or Villa Rica?
Call the Pilgrim Law Group. When you get that flag in life.
When you get that flag in life, that's one of the better attorneys I've heard.
Spoken like a true attorney, Mac Pilgrim. Doing a plug for his law firm here at the stadium here this evening. He's a PA announcer as well. Good to see him here tonight. So 14-0 with 11:29 to go right here. It looks like we got another flag. We got more unsportsmanlike conduct. And it just makes you wonder how many of this is going to happen before everybody's going to be like, look, enough of this.
And it really was pretty tame. Towards the end of the first half, we saw 1 or 2. And now to begin this half, it's been very chippy to begin it.
So now both referees are returning back to the field. So we got a dead ball situation. So we're looking at the replay down here. If you're looking on the Innovative Benefits Consulting double vision screen, if you're watching with us on Facebook, YouTube, and 24 Strong TV, personal foul against Alexander. Going to be first down for Villa Rica.
That's what it should be, too.
It should be.
Personal foul on the Cougars.
So personal foul against the Cougars. Villa Rica will have it at 1st and 10. And still the men in stripes are still having a conversation down there on the field. So while they're having that conversation, we'll take a look around the scoreboard again for you right quick. Bowden up 21-10 in the third quarter. And then Carrollton Trojans, they have finally opened up on Gainesville, 22-8. They're playing that one at Bobby Gruen Field in Gainesville and Hall County this evening. Reeltown on top of Ramburn, 28-7 right now. Let's see, Mount Zion still up 28-0 in the third quarter. On top of Bacon to Charter, Bremen, they are down 7-3 in the fourth quarter to Rabun County. Rabun County out of the Tiger, Clayton, Georgia area, and they are the corner county. If you look at the map of Georgia, that's where they're located, right on the North Carolina and Tennessee and South Carolina state lines. Up there in the northern half of the state of Georgia. Beautiful area, by the way. If you've never been up to Lake Burton.
Home of the great Gunnar Stockton.
That is true.
The penalty will take the ball into.
I did see him play a game or two in high school when he was up there. So
he's going to have his breakout game tomorrow. I'm calling it.
Oh, I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. Of course, Georgia heading up to Old Rocky Top. Or the Tennessee coming here this year.
Going up there.
They're going up there this year, that's right.
Hadn't really mattered where that game's been played the last
Not really, no. This time, hands the football off. Eubanks does. He'll spread his way to the 45. Back down near the 40-yard line to the 41. Ajayi on the carry. And gain of about 6, second down and 4, where the gain is going to be the 36-yard line.
And this is something I thought would be a point of emphasis for Villa Rica at halftime, too. They moved the ball okay, but they couldn't really run the ball at all, and 2 good runs to open up the half.
Clock continues to tick away at less than 11 minutes to play. 14-0, Villa Rica on the lead of Alexander. Here in meeting number 12 between these two teams. Turns, hands the football off from Eubanks. Cuts across the field to 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Does he make it in? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Villa Rica. Emmanuel Ajayi with that touchdown. Strike up the fight song. It's a touchdown for the Villa Rica Wildcats, and they lead it 20-0 with 10:42 left to go in the third quarter.
And just completely flipped the script from last week for Villa Rica.
So we're seeing a much, much better composed Villa Rica team here this evening. My goodness, what a great run by Emmanuel Ajayi. So now we wait for the PAT attempt. Of course, with that score, auto owners and Southland Insurance will be making another donation to the West Metro Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Auto owners and Southland Insurance, multi-policy discounts for every part of your game. Snap, the spot, the hole. The kick is up. Does it have the distance? It does. The kick is good. Timeout on the field with 10:42 left to go in the third quarter of play. It's Villa Rica 21. It's Alexander nothing. Our coverage of Friday Night Football with the Villa Rica Wildcats continues in the City of Gold after this timeout on the Graddick Sports Network.
This is Jut Howard with NG Turf, your premium sod supplier. Create a field of dreams in your home lawn this season with Tiff Tough Bermuda, UGA's newest turf grass release. Is a lack of sunlight causing your lawn to become thin or bare? Use Zeon Zorgia, great for lawns with shade. Call and speak with one of our certified turf professionals to learn more about all of our premium farm fresh sod varieties that are backed by a 1-year warranty. We can schedule your delivery or pickup from our farm in Whitesburg or find more information at our website, ngturf.com.
We're going to give credit to a great connection from Matthew Eubanks to Emmanuel Ajayi. What a great catch, what a great run for Villa Rica. And they score. It's now 21-0. PAT was good. 10:42 left to go, third quarter of play. Here at Frank Vohan Field at Sam McIntyre Stadium. Seth Kane and Michael Miller here with you. The Jones boys producing our broadcast in Studio 98.9. Patrick Laurie and Russell Smith and the great students here from College and Career Academy North Campus producing our broadcast and our video stream this evening. And the return man for Alexander, Wesley on the return, will be knocked out of bounds near the 37-yard line. First down and 10 near the 38. We'll see what Alexander's going to be having dialed up here. I mean, they're down 21-0. And they are looking for a win tonight, but they don't start making some changes here tonight. Looks like Villa Rica might be getting win number 1 here this evening.
Yeah, and they're going to have to score quickly, too. They're going to get back in this football game, and it's kind of really impossible to try and dial something up for that when you haven't been able to do anything well on offense.
So it's first down and 10. They'll move the football just to the 37-yard line on the far right hash mark as we're moving from right to left as you're listening from east to west. West is on to our left. East is right behind us on the right. Alexander sends two receivers out to the left side of the field. Only one's going to be lined up to the top side of the formation. Villa Rica looking like they are bringing about four guys to the front line, almost on looking like a 4-3 look on defense.
Collins, number 10.
Collins, steady back at a quarterback to the two-back set. Taking the snap, turns, hands the football off, cuts right up the center of the field, and leaping over the 40-yard line, trying to get at least up to about the 43-yard line. And that was Jaquan Sutton, the junior, on the carry. Bringing up second down and about 5 to go.
Gain of 6, second down and 4.
So second down and about 4 to go. 10-10 left to go here in this third quarter of play. Now everybody's standing around, and do we have the wrong football? Well, the umpire's holding up the football like we had the wrong football.
Visuals timeout.
Yeah, we were playing with a Villa Rica football instead of an Alexander football, so now Alexander has a football.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I've seen it a couple times in college, once or twice in college, but high school, it can happen fairly often. But anyway, so play with an Alexander football now. And Villa Rica, they almost got caught with a offsides penalty, but they pumped the brakes a little bit. Three guys come to the front line on defense for the Wildcats of Villa Rica. Alexander back in the gun, two receivers left, one right, hands the football off across the 45 and stumbles his way to about the 49, almost close to the 50-yard line. And that again was Jaquan Sutton on the carry. That's a Cougar first down.
On the tackle, number 11, Omar Holland. Also there, number 2, Tache Martin. Good enough for a first down for the Cougars, first and 10. On the 49.75 line.
So first down and 10 from just near the Villa Rica 49-yard line, most closer to the midfield stripe, right above the purple Wildcat paw that is outlined in Villa Rica gold. 7 seconds are on the play clock. It continues to tick away. Night sky has fallen. We're sitting at 72 degrees. Rolling back out is going to be Chase Collins. Collins being chased, pursued. He'll trip his way to about the 35-yard line, and he'll pick up another Alexander first down to the 36 is where the official spot will be.
15-yard gain, tackle made by number 5, Judah Walker, first and 10 for the Cougars.
So look at the replay again. Judah Walker on the tackle there as he ran across that Wildcat paw and would be tripped up and diving his way to the 36-yard line. Now we're going to be looking at a first and 10 from the 36-yard line. Ball in the near left hash mark, moving from right to left. 8:20 is on that clock this evening, and don't forget to send us in your Facebook comments or you might be watching us from this evening. I'd love to give you a shout out here this evening because last week we had them from all over the country, from South Carolina to Texas. So we got a timeout on the field.
It's the Cougars' first timeout.
It's going to be Alexander's first timeout. They're going to take a timeout. We'll take one with them. Timeout with 8:07 left to go in the third quarter of play. It's Villa Rica 21, Alexander nothing. Our coverage of Friday Night Football with the Villa Rica Wildcats continues after this timeout on the Braddock Sports Network.
Hightower Family Funeral Homes with locations in Bremen, Carrollton, and Douglasville have been serving the West Georgia area for over 90 years. The Hightower family continues to maintain the level of professionalism, integrity, dignity, and compassion that has been the hallmark of the Hightower Family Funeral Home services throughout the 9+ decades. On any given day, you'll find the Hightowers actually involved with the families and communities in the West Georgia area. Hightower Family Funeral Homes, Bremen, Carrollton, and Douglasville.
Tonight's broadcast of Alexander and Villa Rica on Facebook Live, YouTube, and 24 Strong TV is brought to you by the First Baptist Church of Villa Rica. It's also brought to you by American Commerce Bank. John Thornton Cadillac, Buick GMC, West Georgia Technical College, Dollar Heating and Air, Hightower Funeral Home, Downridge Ford, Maryland Associates, NG Turf, Nut Roofing, Raised Right Concrete Leveling, Buffalo Wild Wings, Southeastern Insurance Association, and Soul Roots Racing. Seth Kane, Michael Miller back here with you. 8:07 left to go, third quarter. First down and 10 for the Cougars. Shotgun snap as Collins looks right, throws right, caught football. That time it's going to be Sutton. He gets across the 30-yard line, near to the 25-yard line, almost to the about to the 22-yard line. Another first down for Alexander.
This is the best drive they've had, too. They finally run the ball pretty well, and that's opening up some passing lanes on the RPO.
So now we're waiting and seeing what Alexander will have to leg up here. 2 yards shy of being in the red zone, and they do get in the red zone. This will be the first time they've done it tonight because they have just struggled to get the football down to the field and trying to score this evening. 7:33 is on the clock. It continues to tick away here in the third quarter of play. We're in Villa Rica this evening. Taking the shotgun snap again, and going to be throwing a hit as he is thrown. It's going to be a caught football, and Collins pass complete. That time to Dobbs. Paxton Dobbs.
Finally brought down by number 5 for the Wildcats, Judah Walker.
Judah Walker with the tackle there for Villa Rica. It's a second down situation.
No gain, second down and 10.
Second down and 10. I think for Alexander, still trying on some of their passing game. It's been kind of hit or miss with the passing game this evening for Alexander.
They're also taking a lot of time with this play clock, too, in this drive, which, you still got a whole other quarter left to play, but you're down by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
A little emergency.
Trust me, when that play clock got down to about 15 seconds, I'd be snapping that football. This time it's going to be tossed out. That time picking up the football will be Okanli. Okanli will get across the 20 to the 15. And do we have a flag on the field? Yeah, I believe we got a flag on it. Yeah, we do.
Coming back.
Yeah, most likely going to be holding on that call.
Flag on the play. Around the 24-yard line. Looks like the tackle's made by the Wildcats, number 2.
So if this ends up being a holding call, that'll be 10 yards, and we'll back them up. Still waiting for the official call here. I think he's looking over towards the Alexander sideline. Cody Neal in season number 3 of Alexander holding against Alexander. That will back him up 10 yards. Cody Neal, the quarterback, the head coach at Alexander in season number 3. Austin Barron also in season number 3 here at Villa Rica.
32-yard line.
So they'll move it back to the 32.
Second down, 18.
Second down and about 18 to go. We're moving to the west side of the stadium up Highway 78 on our left. 6:17 and the clock continues to tick away. Villa Rica 21, Alexander nothing. Alexander has not been in the red zone tonight. Looking across the field. Taking the snap is going to be Chase Collins. Collins looks, throws across the center of the field. It's going to be touched. Batted away. No, sir. Bob. That's going to be an incomplete pass, bringing up third down. Good hand on it there by the Villa Rica Wildcats making that stop because, it's kind of like iffy if he could have made the catch there or not.
Yeah, he was pretty open on that slant, too, and that could have been the problem. We saw a really good slant route from Terrence Booker earlier that got called back, so that could have been a very explosive play for Alexander.
Definitely could have been. Clock stops at 6 minutes to play. Third down. Third down and a quarter of a mile to go for the Alexander Cougars. Villa Rica leads 21-0. Take a look at you in the scoreboard update coming up here in just a bit. Taking another gun snap, and this time turns, hands the football, but he slides on the carry there for Alexander. The handoff that time was to Armin Burris, the junior, and he just slipped on his feet, and now he's laying on his back.
Bring up fourth down.
Yeah, I don't like the way that looked when he went down. He didn't get touched either. He just slipped and then went down immediately.
Now they're looking at his left leg. We'll take a look at it again on the replay. He handed the football off. Oh, yeah, look at the way his ankle went. Whoa, man, that hurts me up here.
21, Noonan 14, third
so it looks
quarter.
like they're going to be going after his ankle and taking a look at it, but he is down. He is writhing in pain.
0, third quarter.
Going back and forth.
New Manchester 34, Kennesaw Mountain 0, third
So
quarter.
it looks like they're going to try to get him back up on his feet. Armin Burris.
First quarter.
They're going to help him off the field. And it looks like it was his left ankle, and he is barely putting it on the ground as he is being helped off the field. They're going to try to get him off the sideline. Let's go ahead and take a look around the scoreboard for you right quick and get you an update of some of the scores going on in and around the West Georgia area tonight. Fourth quarter, last update we had, the Rabun County Wildcats on top of the Bremen Blue Devils. Mount Zion up 41-0. Third quarter of play on top of Baconton Charter. Carrollton, they're up 22-8. Third quarter of play on top of the Gainesville Red Elephants. Right now it's Bowden up 28-17 in the third quarter on top of the Heard County Braves. They're playing that one in Franklin tonight at Staples Stadium. And at halftime, the Reeltown Rebels on top of the Ramber Bulldogs, 35-7. That game is at halftime. They're playing that one in Reeltown in Alabama this evening. Seth Kane, Michael Miller here with you. Villa Rica commands a 21-0 lead. Fourth down, 20 to go. And Alexander's going for it as they're down 20-0. Throws the football right side of the field. Caught football across the 30. And he's going to be forced out of bounds. Nowhere near enough for the first down. They'll turn the ball back over on downs. And Villa Rica will get the football back. And picking up the football was Jaquan Sutton for Alexander. And it's going to be first down and 10. Let's see what Villa Rica's got dialed up with 5.5 minutes left to play in the third quarter.
I think at this point, you just rely heavily on the run game, just try and kill this clock as much as you can with a 3-possession lead.
So a flag on the play. And it's been taking quite a hot minute trying to get all these penalties straightened out and spread out and wherever else you wanted to go in between. Because the entire referees, they get around having a discussion about it just to make sure and getting out their notepads and to make notes. So they're still having conversations about it down there. I guess, well, that one particular referee looks like he's pulled out his cell phone. Nope, it's still a notepad. And so now they look back at the scoreboard. They see themselves on the scoreboard. They bring out the notepad yet again, making a note down there. I'm not sure if this is game related. I'm not sure if they're taking their orders down for what they're going to be eating afterwards. Still making notes on that notepad. They saw themselves on the screen. They're putting our feed up on the video board here. Now we're going to get some conversation here. What will be happening? Whitehead coming to talk to Austin Barron here on the Villa Rica sideline. Villa Rica 21, Alexander nothing. 5:38 to go here in the third quarter. Still don't know what they're talking about there. And you don't want to speculate either.
I mean, I really have no idea what could have,
I don't either.
Didn't really think I saw a hold or a late hit or anything.
I didn't see too much of anything on this side standpoint. All right, so the Whitehead dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against Villa Rica.
On the Wildcats.
Interesting.
It happened after the turnover on downs, so the Wildcats retained the ball.
So, yeah, the Wildcats will retain the ball. They'll keep it first down and 10, but they're moving the football back to the 11-yard line, so still they have a lot of field to work with. So from 90 yards to 89 yards to work with here with 5:38 left to go here in the third quarter on 21-0 ball game. Want to remind you, don't forget the Southwire Red Zone show will be on the way. At the conclusion of this broadcast here tonight, Mike Paris, Jay Webb, David Thrower will take a look at scores from around the area and highlights coming up for you after the conclusion of tonight's game. Eubanks hands the football off, cuts across the 20. We'll get to near the 25-yard line. And taking the football and carrying it is Javion McDuffie. Javion McDuffie.
That's good enough for a first down. That's a sucker. Sorcerer House. First down.
And that is going to be a first down for John Thornton. First down for Villa Rica.
And a very completely different performance from this offensive line so far in the second half. Really couldn't get anything going on the ground and had a lot of big holes so far. Villa Rica on the ground in the second half.
No doubt about it. 5 minutes left to go here in this third quarter of play. Villa Rica still commanding the 21-0 lead on top of Alexander here this evening. Eubanks hands the football that time off, spins around and gets across the 25, runs out of bounds at about the 28-yard line, it looks like. Javon McDuffie again on that carry, third down.
Gain of a yard, bring up second
So
down.
only 1 yard, second down at 9. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it will be a second down at 9. Just near the 28-yard line as we're moving from right to left. A receiver out to the right side of the field. A 2 lined up to the left. Eubanks rolls out to the right side of the field. Throws. Caught football, 30-yard line, 35. And brought down out of bounds near the 40-yard line, complete. At that time, picking the football up is going to be Andrew Jones. Nope, not that Andrew Jones, but this Andrew Jones out here on the field. That will be a John Thornton Chevrolet for John Thornton Buick GMC first down.
Yeah, I was thinking about number 25 when you said that a minute ago.
Now, that Andrew Jones is from Curacao. And he helped the Braves win the 1995 World Series. Vaguely remember that when I was only 4 years old. Yes, I'm old.
Should be a Hall of Famer.
Should be. That's another argument for a different day. 21-0 is your score. We got flags coming out on the field.
And enough movement for a dance party up front.
All right, so there was a dance party up front. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty on Alexander, and they'll boogie their way on down.
I don't know if anything will beat that PA announcer we had at Griffin earlier this year for Spalding.
Oh, I know, right? He brought some entertainment to the crowd. I was talking to some folks who went to the Bowden Westside Making game last week. They said that guy down there, he was keeping the crowd entertained as well. Now they're going to move. It's 1st and 5 to near the 45-yard line, about the 44, taking the snap, driving back. Eubanks flush to the pocket, throws. He is hit, and he'll throw that ball away to avoid being sacked. And now that'll be a second down and 10 situation.
23, McDonald. Second down 5.
So McDonald forcing the Xavier McDonald will force it out, bringing a second down situation, second down and 5. So as they line back up at the bunch again, of course, you know, it's very, very rare that you see anybody getting into a true huddle anymore. Do not see that anymore. Second down now, second down and 5 from the 44. A man goes in motion. They'll hand it to the man in motion, but he is wrapped up and he is body slammed back down the field, loses a few yards. Keith Howard, after he is met by Xavier McDonald for Alexander, and that's a third down and 10 to go, loss of about 5.
And Alexander snuffed that out right from the get-go. Big third down for her. They need to get the ball back.
Clock continuing to tick away at 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Here to go in the third quarter. So I'll spread the formation out. We'll see Garfield, and we'll see Keith Howard going as the 2 wide receivers to the far left side of the field. I think Alexander moved that time, and that will help Villa Rica move them up 5 yards to a third down and 5. And this time it will be from near the 45 back to the 44-yard line we go.
And Alexander made a whole bunch of mistakes in the first half, and they've continued to do that so far here in the second half.
So once they get everything set with the down marker, upon the snap, the clock will start. Play clock only at 15 seconds as it continues to tick away.
Third down and 5.
Third down and 5 on this situation here on this Villa Rica night. Flush to the pocket is Eubanks, and Eubanks is going to be sacked. Ball comes loose. Ball will be coming loose as soon as he is hit and brought down on the field, and Alexander will recover. They will get the sack. Alexander will recover the football after that sack, and now it'll be a first down and 10 for Alexander, capitalizing on just a hard hit by Alexander. That ball just popped right out of his hands, Michael.
And I'm a little confused on this play because it looks like he's turning right. The way the formation looked, it looked like it was going to be a bubble screen, and it looked like he was looking there to try and get that ball out quickly, and nobody was running nobody was there.
Waved off.
So actually they're going to wave the flag off. Take on it first and 10 with 2:10 left to go. Ball's at the 37-yard line. Ball spotted on the near left hash mark right in front of the Villa Rica sideline as we're moving from right to left as you're listening this evening. listening and watching this evening. We'll spread it out again. Formation, one receiver to the top side of the formation on the far right side of the field in front of the Alexander bench. We're moving from right to left. Dropping back that time is going to be Collins. Collins flushed to the pocket. He's wrapped up. He is brought down and tackled. Sacked is what he's going to be behind the line, and making that sack is going to be Tashawn Thornton. Tashawn Thornton making that sack there.
Also about 4. Bring up second down and 14.
So second down and 14. So second down and 14 is what we'll see what Alexander will have dialed up here.
All right, so they did score a touchdown. While we were gone, so we are going to play Superman. We're going to wait until
So throwing back across the field, it's going to be incomplete. Booker was the intended receiver, going to be incomplete there. Bring it up third down.
That's really the first bad throw I think we've seen from Collins. This wide open route, just threw the ball a little behind him.
So we'll see what Alexander will do here on this third down and long situation. Third down and 14.
And everything is 4-down territory from here on out for Alexander.
Yes, it is. The thing is, of course, Michael, you brought this up earlier, that they are letting a lot of time on that play clock go off. I mean, granted, the game clock is stopped right now. Hands the football off. That time to Jaquan Sutton. Sutton cuts across the 30-yard line.
Number 21, Sutton.
And then to about the 26-yard line, be another first down for the Cougars.
On the tackles, number 6, Thornton, and number 14, Jackson. First and 10, Cougars from the Wildcats, 27. 1 minute remaining in the quarter.
So less than a minute to go here. 21-0 is your score. Villa Rica on top of Alexander right now. Of course, tonight's broadcast on Facebook, YouTube, and 24 Strong, brought to you by Villa Rica First Baptist Church. Hands the football off that time to Jaquan Sutton. Sutton comes out to the far left side of the field, breaking through a couple of different tacklers, and then he'll get out of bounds. That'll be another first down.
First and goal.
Now you're seeing Alexander start to have success on the ground, too.
Yeah, they are.
Tackle baby number 4, Randy Hall.
I think Alexander, unless by some sheer miracle,
big first and goal.
It's a little bit hard late in the game to kind of be making this comeback and these adjustments and try to come back and win this ball game. They're in the red zone for the first time tonight, and they're going to take a timeout on the field, and we'll take another one with them. Timeout. 42 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Villa Rica 21, Alexander nothing. This is Friday Night Football with Villa Rica on the Graddick Sports Network.
Looking to score a great deal on a new or high-quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Then stop by Don Rich Ford. Our all-star sales associates are ready to help you select or special order the perfect vehicle with the right financing options to put you behind the wheel of a vehicle that fits you like a glove. Come see our selection of new or pre-owned vehicles in historic downtown Villa Rica, Monday through Saturday, or online 24/7 at DonRichFord.com. Don Rich Ford, home of the straight talkers.
That's 21 of Gainesville.
We'll take a look around the scoreboard for you right quick. Carrollton and Gainesville. Gainesville has come back. They are down by 1 to Carrollton right now, 22-21. They're playing that one at Bobby Gruen Field in Gainesville tonight. Bowden and Heard County. Bowden up 28-23 in the fourth quarter. Rabun County on top of Bremen, 14-3. Temple, Central, and Haralson County all have the night off this week. Seth Kane, Michael Miller back here with you from Frank Volhan Field at Sam McIntyre Stadium, the MAC here in Villa Rica. Glad to have you here with us tonight for some high school football. And it's going to be at that time the quarterback, Jace Collins. He is going to be pursued by Ty J. Martin. He was not going anywhere.
He's had a great night, too, off the edge.
3-yard loss from the 11.
So it'll be a 2-yard loss. Second down. Back to the 11-yard line. Second down and goal back from the 11. 16 seconds are on the clock. Alexander.
They just got to move quicker. I just don't understand it.
So 7 seconds on the clock. Let's see if they're about to run one more play. Stops. Hands the football that time off Jaquan Sutton. Cuts right up the center of the field. And you hear the horn, and that means the third quarter has come to a close. We have played 3 in Villa Rica. To the 4th we go. Wait a minute, we got a flag on the play, so hold your horses, folks, before we leave. Let's see.
See how long this takes.
Yeah, everybody's got their notepads out. They turn back and look at the scoreboard. We'll wait and see if this will be the official end of the 3rd quarter before we go. They still got everybody out the field. Villa Rica now moving back to the right end zone from our vantage point. And they have shut the lights off. Purple Rain is coming on here at the stadium by Prince now. Everybody's got their cell phone lights out. Be waving them back and forth here at the end of the 3rd quarter. And so they're going to be doing that. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back. 4th quarter on the way next. Villa Rica 21, Alexander nothing. This is Friday Night Football in West Georgia with the Villa Rica Wildcats on the Graddick Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Christine Swanson, Chief Financial Officer of American Commerce Bank. I've called West Georgia home for more than 30 years, and I'm proud to be a part of American Commerce Bank's team of hometown bankers. Whether you're looking for a personal checking or savings account, or you need a bank dedicated to providing custom solutions to help your business grow, you can count on our team of local bankers to meet your needs. Come see us in Bremen off Highway 27 near Walmart, or at our Carrollton branch right across from the courthouse. American Commerce Bank, member FDIC.
Hello, I'm Keith Runnels with Merrill & Associates. We want to be your one-stop shop for all your HVAC needs. We repair, replace, install, and maintain all your home and commercial HVAC equipment. We still believe that integrity and honesty along with outstanding customer service is what sets us apart from all of our competition. Turn to the experts and give us a call at Merrill & Associates, 770-834-7330. You'll be glad you did.
Well, we come back to Sam McIntyre Stadium at Frank Volheim Field. As the lights are flashing across the stadium, folks have got their cell phone lights out. And Prince and Purple Rain is playing loud and proud here tonight in the City of Gold at Villa Rica High School. Seth Kane, Michael Miller back here with you. The Jones Boys producing our broadcast studio 98.9. Oh, just take a listen to it here in the background. Love hearing that tradition here at Villa Rica High School. And we start a fresh 4th quarter of play, a fresh 12 minutes, where Villa Rica has the 21-0 lead on top of Alexander. You know, Michael, as we go back, we look back at just what Villa Rica has done from last week to this week. We've seen like almost a complete, I wouldn't say 180. I'd bring it up to close to about a 360 is what we've seen compared to what we saw last week. We see poise, we see execution going really well, a lot better than what it did last week. And just looks like everybody's kind of been firing on all cylinders.
It really is a complete opposite. They really haven't made any mistakes this week. They played pretty much I wouldn't say perfect football game, because they haven't been as efficient offense as they probably would like to be. But, I mean, they played pretty much almost near perfect on defense. And they played a much improved game on offense as well. Yeah, so it's great to be seeing and watching Villa Rica get that way as well. 4th quarter of play here tonight. Just had a final score coming up from Bremen. Bremen falls tonight to Rabun County by a final of 14-3. Take a look at the Villa Rica Marching Wildcat Band. They're under the direction of Mr. R. Kevin Brown and Miss Ann Wilson. They do a phenomenal job here with the Villa Rica Band here. Getting them all prepped up. Don't forget the band exhibition, the Carroll County Band Exhibition, coming up right here at Villa Rica High School on September 30th.
Someone was expelled from the contest. The penalty makes it 1st down, 1st and goal.
So apparently we had somebody ejected from the game here this evening. So again, but we'll tell you about the band exhibition coming up, featuring all Carroll County schools, plus University of West Georgia and Carrollton High School participating right here at Sam McIntyre Field on the 30th of the month. Hand of the football. That time it's going to be handoff to Jaquan Sutton, who cuts out the left side of the field. Does he get in? Yes, he does. It's going to touchdown for the Alexander Cougars. Alexander will get their first points on the board tonight. At 11:52 left to go in the 4th quarter, that was Jaquan Sutton. That time on the carry, it's going to be a 21-6 ball game.
Much needed, but they don't have a lot of time left.
Not much at all. And of course, Villa Rica, when they get the football back, if they put more one score, then they'll put the game out of reach, way further out of reach than what it is right now for Alexander. They were doing the swinging gate to get ready for the PAT. Nope, they're not. They're going to be faking. They're going for the 2 points. And boom, there he goes. My God, from right behind. And Collins was trying to go for the 2-point conversion, but he gets wrapped up, and he is introduced to the Greensward down by Villa Rica. And so the 2-point conversion is no good. 11:52 left to go. 21-6 is your score. Villa Rica on top of Alexander. Let's take a timeout. From Sam McIntyre Field at Frank Bohan Stadium, this is Friday Night Football in West Georgia with the Villa Rica Wildcats on the Graddick Sports Network.
Find your future at West Georgia Technical College. Right here in West Georgia, we offer hands-on, career-ready training for today's high-demand jobs. Whether you want to start a new career or level up your skills, you can graduate in 2 years or less without the debt. Our programs are fast, affordable, and designed to get you working. Plus, high school students can jumpstart their education, earning college credit with our dual enrollment program. Start your journey at West Georgia Technical College. Learn more at westgatech.edu.
Alexander will finally get their first points on the board tonight. It comes at 11:52, 21-6 is your score. Jaquan Sutton on the score there for Alexander. They tried to go for 2 points. However, that was proved not to be the best course of action. They were stopped there by Villa Rica. It's 21-6 is your score right now, with 11:52 left to go in the fourth quarter of play.
I'd be ready for an onside kick here, too, from Villa Rica.
They got to keep their eye on it here. But Villa Rica better be ready and on their P's and Q's. Cross all their T's and dot all their lowercase J's. And it's going to be a high pooch kick. Going to be fielded back near the 26-yard line. Taking the return up will be Tamaj Beasley. Beasley cuts across the center of the field. The 35. He gets across the 40-yard line. And near to the 41, they'll say he went down to the 40-yard line. First down and 10 for Villa Rica from the 40-yard line. We'll move from right to left.
First and 10, Wildcats.
So the Wildcats will have it. 21-6 is the score right now. Let's see what's going to be happening. We just had this big gush of wind just coming right behind us. I hope that does not mean we've got any rain in the forecast coming.
And that would have felt a lot better earlier when the sun was out.
Oh, my goodness, right yes. By far here.
Paulding County for a game versus the South Paulding Spartans.
So with 11:45 left to go, Villa Rica has the football. They'll have it at the 40-yard line. Ball spotted on the far right hash mark, moving from right to left. A receiver to the near sideline, near us in front of the Villa Rica bench. And a receiver to the top side of the formation on the far right side. At least one tight end is going to be back there. Dropping back, Eubanks throws, caught football at about the 43-yard line. Will be ran out of bounds. Right at the midfield stripe. Should be enough for John Thornton. First down for the Villa Rica Wildcats. Picking up that football was Manuel Ajayi. So it'll be a John Thornton first down for Villa Rica.
Booker at number 22. Paxton Dobbs, good enough for first down. That's a Shucker Torsterhouse. First down.
Paxton Dobbs on the stop there for Alexander. And now it will be a first down and 10 for the midfield. And they'll spot the ball just above the Wildcat, purple Wildcat paw. On the top side of the formation, far right side of the field in front of the Alexander bench. Alexander coming into tonight's contest at 1-2. Their opponent tonight, the Villa Rica Wildcats, coming in at 0-3, and Villa Rica looking to get their first win of the season. 0-3, had a tough loss last week to the Central Lions, losing 45-7. Eubanks drops back. He'll hand the football off, that time to Ajayi again. Yeah, pushed out of bounds with a gain of about 5 yards to the 45-yard line. Bring up second down and 5.
Lee and number 2, Belton.
So again, as we take a look at some of our Facebook Live comments, don't forget to let us know where you're watching from tonight. Maybe right here in Villa Rica, Carroll County, the West Georgia area, or maybe somewhere else in the country.
Final score.
I'd love to give you a shout out here this evening. It looks like we got a stoppage on the field here this evening. We're going to be taking a timeout for an injured player on the far side of the field in front of the Alexander sideline. It is an Alexander player. and he is laid on his side. He is writhing in pain. So while they're taking a look at him, we'll take a quick timeout. Injury timeout on the field with 10:56 left to go in the fourth quarter play. It's Villa Rica 21, Alexander 6. Our coverage of Friday Night Football with the Villa Rica Wildcats continues after this timeout on the Graddock Sports Network.
Does your house need a facelift?
Water spots on your ceiling?
Nut Roofing and Siding has your answer. Nut Roofing and Siding is a local family-owned business that's taken care of their community in West Georgia and East Alabama for more than 85 years. Not only do they do all types of siding and roofing, they also do complete interior renovations as well. Financing available for interior and exterior renovations. Decks, windows, barns, or anything else you need.
We have you covered.
Just call Joe at 770-550-7536 or email nutroofing@gmail.com.
And they have the injured Alexander Cougar up off the field. He was down right on his sideline, so they get him off the field. They're taking him to the medical tent, and we'll evaluate him. Seth Kane, Michael Miller back here with you. 21-6 is your score right now with 10:45 left to go in the fourth quarter of play. Glad to have you here with us from wherever you're watching and or listening here tonight. Of course, tonight's broadcast on Facebook Live, YouTube, and 24 Strong TV, brought to you by the First Baptist Church of Villa Rica. Handed the football off to Emmanuel Ajayi. Ajayi cuts out to the far right side of the field. Headed to the out of bounds, but we got flags going to be coming in. He gained about 7 yards to get the John Thornton first down, but we'll see if this one will be coming back against Villa Rica. Hopefully not, but
I think it's a hold.
Yeah, it came from behind the play, so it usually is a hold. So as the referees are making the, I guess they're calling for the hold it. Yep, they are calling it against Villa Rica. That will back them up. Holding against Villa Rica. That will move them back 5 yards, or a 10-yard spot foul, I should say, back behind the chains. Second down and 12 to go here. Close to about, a little closer to second down and 13, we'll say. Ball spotted just behind the 50-yard line, Villa Rica territory at the 47-yard line. And we're going from right to left as you are watching and listening here this evening. They're going to try to get everybody set up, ready to go. Two receivers lined up to the left side of the field. Sending a man in motion will be Andrew Jones. Dropping back is going to be Eubanks. Looks to the left side of the field. Throws going to be a caught football. Caught football, 45-yard line. Ran out of bounds near the 40. And that was Andrew Jones. A good caught football and gets back in front of the sticks.
They've been very effective, too, in the second half, running the ball and doing these short little screens that they've run so far. Which we've talked about before the game. They were so successful last week at throwing the ball downfield, but they've kind of reversed the game plan here today and in the second half.
So it'll be a second down, third down, and 4 to go. The line to gain is going to be near the 40-yard line for the Alexander Cougars. Running a man in motion, and we got flags on the field, and offsides against Alexander. That'll move them up 5 yards. That'll be a John Thornton first down.
We didn't have to pull the notepad out for that.
No. That was one I don't think you got to take a note on or return into the GHSA before the beginning of next week. So be that as it may, 10 minutes left to go, 10:01 left to go here in the fourth quarter with a 21-6 lead. And Villa Rica scores one more touchdown. They'll pretty much put the ball game away. And now we see everybody lined up. Villa Rica sending a man in motion, which that time that will be Andrew Jones. Eubanks drops back a long, high pass to Max Garfield. It's going to be incomplete. And nobody touched him. No hands were thrown, so it's going to be an incomplete pass. No for pass interference. Still got to give credit to Alexander's defense for staying on man-to-man covers there.
Yeah, we've really seen some good coverage man-to-man for both sides in this football game.
As we take a look at the replay again, he had his hand up. That was Terrence Booker. He's like, nope, I'm not going to be touching this one. I just want the ball to get away. Great coverage there. Well, update from Franklin. Right now, Heard County just went up on Bowden by 29-28, playing down at Staples Stadium this evening.
9.4 remaining in tonight's contest.
All right, so we're second down and 10. Second down and 10. Back at the 39-yard line. This time, rolling out, it's going to be Eubanks. Throws in and out of the hands, incomplete. That time to Andrew Jones. That will be a third down situation. He was trying to go out into the flat there over the far right side of the field. Nothing doing there, 3rd down and 10. So on a 3rd down and 10 situation, Billerica is still trying to get the football down the field. The clock is stopped. Alexander has 2 timeouts remaining. Billerica has just 2 here in this second half. I want to give a shout out to Jeremy Harris listening in and watching from Chicago this evening. Hand of the football off, and it's going to be a rugby scrum down on the field. And it'll finally get called and brought down. Ajayi on the carry that time. Tackles made. Looking at LaShawn Belton. Get some positive territory. That'll be a 4th down situation, and I believe Billerica would go for it on this one.
I would if I were
why not? Let's take a look at some of the comments and folks chiming in where they're calling, listening and watching in from tonight. One up in Chicago, IL. Home of the Cubs, Bears, White Sox, Blackhawks, Bulls, Bears, Ditka, Polish sausage. If you get that, you are my people. Take it across the 30-yard line, across to the 25-yard line. That'll be enough for a John Thornton first down for the Billerica Wildcats. So Ajayi on that carry for the Wildcats. That'll bring up a first down, and John Thornton first down, but we got a flag on the play, so hold your horses, folks.
Yeah, I wonder, too, when Alexander's going to start using some of these timeouts. They only got 2 left. Had to burn one early in the half.
Head referee leaning down, trying to get his shoe tied.
Kept having to stop our pickleball game earlier this week because my shoe kept coming untied.
I know, it's kind of crazy. It doesn't matter how many times you double knot the thing, it'll still come untied. I've been having that problem, too. They don't make shoes like they used to, where everything would stay tied. And me saying phrases like that reminds me of how old I'm getting.
Maybe time to transition to sneakers.
Sure.
Or to Skechers.
Skechers or Velcro shoes, which I've not worn since I was like 3.
Personal foul.
Personal foul against Billerica. Oh, my goodness.
It's going to remain 4th down.
So we talk about shoes right now. Patrick Glory, who's producing our video broadcast tonight, he says, why are we still tying shoes in 2025? Patrick, my friend, that is the $1 million question.
Yeah, I never thought about that, but that's actually kind of a good point, actually.
We're in the 21st century, for goodness sakes. We're still tying shoes.
You got a computer on your wrist and in your pocket. You can't still use the laces.
All right there. Watching from Carrollton, 2015 Alexander alum, Morgan New listening. From Carrollton, the Old Camp Woods area. Morgan, glad to have you watching here this evening. Graduated class of 2015 for the Alexander Cougars. Eubanks, back punt for the Wildcats. That's going to be not too high of a punt, but they'll roll that one in the back of the end zone. They'll bring that football back out to the 20. Alexander will have it first down and 10 from the 20, and we will be moving from left to right here this evening. Let's take a look at some of the other scores going on the scoreboard this evening. Right now, we heard that Heard County is up 29-28 on top of Bowden. That was at the 4th quarter at Staples Stadium in Heard County this evening in Franklin. Mount Zion, they got the win over Baconton Charter tonight by a final of 47-0. Raven County beat Bremen tonight 14-3. Reeltown on top of Rambert 42-7 in the 3rd quarter of play. And been a close one over the last 3rd and 4th quarter. But Carrollton, in the 4th quarter, they are up 29-21 on top of the Gainesville Red Elephants. They're playing that one at Bobby Gruen Field in Hall County tonight in Gainesville. First down and 10 from the Cougars at the 20-yard line after the punt went out of the back of the end zone. Throws across the center of the field. It's going to be a caught football there by Terrence Booker, and Booker will drop down to the 30-yard line. Should be a gain of about 10 yards. Should be a first down for Alexander.
And now you're starting to see Alexander move a little more tempo than they were in the 3rd quarter. Which they obviously need to.
Yeah, I mean, it's 8:09 left to go, so they're going to try to do what they can, try to get back down the field and maybe try to get one more score off here. Taking the shotgun snap, dropping back is going to be looking at throwing that pass all the way through. It's overshooting his man. Incomplete pass intended for Terrence Booker. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 situation. He looks like he is cramping up or pulled a hamstring,
In his hip pocket, number 39.
as he is having a hard time walking off the field on the Billerica sideline. Booker is laying down on the field. He's got a cramp, by the way, and he is holding that leg stiff up in the air as he had the incomplete pass. Pursuing him was Chris Elliott for Billerica. Looks like he's got a cramp. Some of the Billerica Alexander medical staff are going to check in on him, so it's be a good time to give him a little bit of mustard, pickle juice, calcium Tums, something to help him out here. Just got a final score out of Franklin tonight. Bowden falls 29-28 to the Heard County Braves. We just got that update just a moment ago from Franklin this evening. So a tough loss for the Bowden Red Devils, losing by 1 point. But congratulations to Shane Lassner and company, to the Heard County Braves, for getting a victory here this evening. Next week, our Facebook Live Game of the Week. We'll be back at Lion Valley Central, Monday's Mill. That game will also be on B92 Country. We'll get everything started at 5 o'clock next week with the Innovative Benefits Consulting Tailgate Show right here on the Graddick Sports Network, followed by John Thornton Buick GMC Coaches Clinic, hosted by American Pie Pizzeria following that, and then all the play-by-play action of the Central Lions and the Monday's Mill Tigers on B92 Country and on the Graddick Sports Facebook page, YouTube, and on 24 Strong TV. Seth Kane and Michael Miller back here with you. Again, check in. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. Dropping a comment on Facebook. Already heard from Chicago IL tonight. Also have some listeners down in Monroeville, Alabama, listening as well this evening. Now we're waiting on the field, so we're waiting to get lined up. And stations, we owe you an ID break, and we'll get it to you on the next head. Ball hands of football off to Jaquan Sutton, who's going to cut back up to the center of the field. Not much going to be happening there. Maybe a gain. No, loses about a yard. 3rd down and 11. While we have a break of the action, let's take this time to allow our stations to identify themselves. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Graddick Sports Network.
And 11. You're listening to high school football coverage on Great Classics 98.9 WWGA Tallapoosa.
7:25, the clock continues to wind in the 4th quarter. It's Billerica 21, Alexander 6. I'm Seth Kane. Michael Miller sits to my right. Billerica putting up a stellar first half performance as they led going into the locker room. This time, flush to the pocket is going to be Collins. Collins throws out the football. It's an intercepted football. It's an intercepted football back for Billerica. Runs it all the way into the end zone, and that is a pick 6 for the Billerica Wildcats. And picking that one off is going to be Chris Elliott for the Billerica Wildcats. And Billerica has extended their lead 27-6 with 7:01 left to go in the ball game. Good job by the Wildcats.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good feeling for Billerica, having a really rough start of the year and coming out and just laying it down this week at a big blowout win.
So a lot of momentum boosters for Billerica, and wow, what a turnaround from last week to tonight. They are up 27-6 with 7:01 left to go in the ball game. And Billerica is on the verge of winning their first game of the season here.
Took the point after Brown to hold.
So Blaine Brown will be doing the holding. Olivier will be doing the kicking for the Wildcats of Billerica. We'll get ready to spot the football here. 7:01 to go, 27-6 your score. Snap the spot, the hold. The kick is up. It has the distance. And the kick is no good as it sails wide right. So it's 7:01 left to go in the 4th quarter of play. Billerica will pick it up on a pick 6. They lead it 27-6 on top of the Alexander Cougars. Let's take a timeout on the Graddick Sports Network.
Back in my day, we didn't level concrete. We just tripped over it and called it a character-building experience. When your sidewalks are more unstable than your situationship, Raised Right Concrete Leveling is here to smooth things over. Raised Right is a great alternative to replacing concrete. They use an expanding polyurethane foam to raise, level, and stabilize your slab, filling the voids that cause your concrete to sink, providing a permanent fix for half the cost. Visit RaisedItRight.com today or call 404-796-5569.
7:01 left to go in the fourth quarter. A pick six by Chris Elliott of the Villa Rica Wildcats.
County 14.
And running it all the way back for a touchdown. 27-6 is your score right now. With that score, auto owners and Southland Insurance will be making another donation to the West Metro Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Auto owners and Southland Insurance multi-policy discounts for every part of your game. Derek Olivier will be kicking this football back from the Villa Rica Wildcats. And it's going to be a high pooch kick is what they'll make it as. Catching it back at 35. Good night, Nurse. And coming in and is going to be D'Angelo Patillo introducing himself to the return man for the Alexander Cougars. My goodness. And Lamaj Beasley on the return there. Goodness gracious. Let's watch this again on the replay. So we see the pooch kick again. And man. Yeah, as Matt Pilgrim says, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and good night, and whatever other times of day we're looking at here, he is seeing stars. So we'll wait and see. Alexander going to have first down 10. Somebody give that kid an ice pack. He's going to need it. So we'll see Alexander first down and 10. They'll spot the ball just at the 36-yard line in Alexander territory, moving from left to right. Under 7 minutes to play here at Frank Bohan Field at Villa Rica High School. 3 receivers out to the right. To the left, I should say. Dropping back is going to be Collins again. Collins going to be wrapped up and met by Tayshawn Thornton on the sack there. And we got stoppage of play. Do we have another flag out on the field?
We almost had a fight break out again. After the close there, I don't think they threw a flag for it, though.
I don't think they did either. I just heard several whistles going off long after the play.
No, I don't think they did.
Okay. Take a look at that play again as you're watching this evening.
Second down and 20.
So he just slipped and fell down. He saw that he was about to get sacked, and I think he just kind of started going down on his own power. He starts backpedaling, slips a little bit, and then just goes down. But Tayshawn Thornton kind of helped him out a bit there. 6:10 on the clock. Clock continues to tick away. 27-6. Villa Rica on top of Alexander. Rolls out to the right side of the field. Throws going to be a caught football. Caught football just right across back to the 30-yard line to the 29 is where they said they'll fish it to officially spotted Bryce Murphy, senior wide receiver. Third down. Clock continues to tick away at 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Another quick scoreboard update for you now. The Carrollton Trojans have gone up 36-21 in the fourth quarter on top of the Gainesville Red Elephants. That game is not final just yet. They're still playing down at Bobby Gruen Field. This time driving back Collins. Collins still looking, flush to the pocket. He is being pursued. He is scrambling a little bit, throws the football away, out of bounds on the Villa Rica sidelines. Collins had nowhere to go because he was being heavily pursued by Villa Rica.
And they're going to get a first down out of this, too. It's a late hit.
My goodness. So you see the Villa Rica coaches trying to get everybody calmed down.
And that's just inexcusable right there from Tayshawn Thornton right there. Play was over. No need to do that, and shoved him down. Then gave him a little pat on the head after the play, too.
Yeah, and don't need to be doing that. That's usually not a good look afterwards. So now we'll just wait and see what this is all going to end up being. Of course, we know another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Bringing out the notepads and making their notes so they can turn it back into the GHSA office. We've had several unsportsmanlike conduct penalties tonight. A lot of chippiness this evening as well, which you hate to see. But, of course, it's unfortunately can be a part of the game sometimes, but you don't like to see it. Nonetheless, you want to try to get everybody to show good sportsmanship. So while they're still deliberating and we're seeing the replay down and we're watching the Innovative Benefits Consulting Double Vision if you're watching with us tonight on Facebook, YouTube, and 24 Strong TV. And again, I mean, he just had nowhere to go. I mean, absolutely, Chase Collins just scrambling and trying to get away. Throws that football out of bounds on the Villa Rica sideline. Well, the White Hat still making his notations there.
You know, the NFL this year, too, they've been very, they've kind of like reversed back and have been really, really hard on these unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. And I think, you know, I think it was their first game of the year. Nolan Smith was just tackled a guy and kind of flexed on him for like maybe 2 seconds and got a flag for it. So.
Yeah, and so they're cracking down on some of this up this year. I mean, there's a difference, and you know, and some referees know that. There's a difference in just having a good celebration and then completely just taunting. So they know, they just tell them to use their best judgment. I was on a conference call with several other broadcasters in the United Athletic Conference back before the beginning of the season, and even the head official of the United Athletic Conference, he said, look, a lot of our referees, they're going to use their common sense on what's either going to be just a little bit of a celebration, non-excessive celebration, or what's just going to be flat-out taunting that will resonate with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So, you know, a lot of referees get it. You know, some folks get excited, but when it comes down to just blatant chippiness, and that's when the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties will come into throw and into play here. So the White Hat was talking with Austin Barron. And so we're still waiting on what this call is going to be after the flag was thrown here.
2 flags on the play.
2 flags, personal foul. Be going against Villa Rica. The dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against Alexander. Penalties are going to offset.
On the Cougars. They all set.
So,
bring up 4th down.
So we'll play the 4th down here with 5:13 left to go here in the 4th quarter of play. Moving the football to the far left hash mark as we're moving from left to right.
Joshua Casilla on the punt for the Cougars.
So it is going to be a 4th down. Joshua Castillo will be punting for the Wildcats.
18, Josiah Walker.
Josiah Walker into the ball game will be returning this punt. And he's standing back just at the 30, about the 37-yard line. There's a punt high into the night sky. It wobbles like nervous pudding. And then will roll back across the 30-yard line. The 25, he'll pick it back up at the 24. He'll try to make his way across the 25-yard line. And they'll blow the ball dead at the 26. Villa Rica has the ball 1st down and 10 from the 26-yard line with 5:04 left to go in this ball game. And Michael, the way it's going right now, Villa Rica's got a win under their belt tonight.
And obviously you see Blaine coming in too to take over at QB, so kind of showing you they're starting to empty the bench out and let some of these backups get some reps in the last 5 minutes.
So with 5:04 to go, 27-6 is your score. Villa Rica on top of Alexander. Villa Rica is on the way to becoming 1-3 on the season, picking up their first win, and they're going to be 1-0 in region play. And Alexander looks like they will fall to 0-1. Don't forget our video broadcast next week across Facebook, YouTube, and 24 Strong TV. Be back at Lion Valley with the Central Lions and the Mundy's Mill Tigers on B92 Country and on Graddock Sports Facebook Live here as well. 5 minutes left to go. Hands the football off. That time going to be carrying the football will be Ty J. Martin. Martin cuts out to the right side of the field, runs out of bounds on the Alexander sideline. And should be enough for a John Thornton 1st down, and it is. We have another flag on the play. So 4:56 left to go. And we'll wait and see what this call is going to be. I'd like to give another shout out to a lot of our listeners here this evening. The Fine Arts Coordinator of Carroll County Schools, Neil Ruby, listening in tonight. Mr. Ruby, thanks for listening in. We're getting comments on Facebook as well. All these flags with the rolling eyes emoji.
Holding on the offense.
So holding against Villa Rica, that will back them up 10 yards.
10 yards. The location of the offense.
So 4:56 left to go, 27-6. Villa Rica on top of Alexander. That'll back them up a long ways away from 1st down and 20 from the 15-yard line.
25. Any quarterback for the Wildcats, number 19.
So the line of gain will be the 25-yard line. Or excuse me, will be the 35-yard line. So first down and 20. Beg pardon. Time handy for rolling out. It'll get across the leaps to one man across the 20 to the 25-yard line. And that was Tyjae Martin on the carry for the Villa Rica Wildcats. Man, what a great run. And looks like he runs a little bit of track because he did a bit of a hole right there.
Yeah, we've called his name a couple times defensively so far in this game, so he's going to have a good run on offense here.
So a 4.5 left to go here in the ball game. Villa Rica is still commanding the lead, and they're trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage, which was at the 25-yard line, a yard shy. They're at the 24. Ball on the near left hash mark. Two receivers right, only one to the left. The receiver standing near us on the left side of the field is Josiah Walker into the ball game. Back behind the 20-yard line, back at the shotgun. There he goes, handing the football off, and that was going to be Blaine.
False start.
False start against Villa Rica. That will be a 5-yard penalty.
False start.
And Blaine Brown into the ball game, a quarterback, as Michael Miller was talking about earlier here. 4:03, so that'll back Villa Rica up 5 yards. So from a second down and 11 to a second down and 16. And we're under 4 minutes to play. They'll start the clock. Actually, moving the ball back to the 19-yard line from the 20-yard line. Don't forget, we've got the Southwire Red Zone Show coming up for you here at the conclusion of this broadcast here this evening. Thanks to all listening all across our stations here this evening, joining us here. And then this time, Blaine's going to keep it on the quarterback keeper across the 20. The 25 slides to the 27-yard line. And we'll get back in positive yardage territory. Back in front of the sticks, in front of the 25-yard line to the 26-yard line. Third down and 9 to go.
Third down and 9.
So get a final score right now at Carrollton with a final tonight, 43-21 over the Gainesville Red Elephants in Hall County.
Final from Lake Lanier, Carrollton 43, Gainesville 21.
I think Mac Pilgrim has his notifications set for all the station amps here across our family of stations here tonight. Taking the shotgun snap, this time handing the ball off to McDuffie. McDuffie runs to the right side of the field to near the 28-yard line.
On the carry, tackle made by number 56.
Only gain of maybe about a yard there. Bring up fourth down and about 7 to go. And with closing in on the 2.5-minute mark. And they'll bring the punting unit out on the field, and they'll kick this football back to Alexander.
I'll tell you, a game I would love to see personally is to see Carrollton and Central go at it.
That is one contest that has not been played in many a year. And that was always one of the most, probably the most well-attended ball game in Carroll County for the longest time. So with 2 minutes left to go, Villa Rica will punt the football back to Alexander. There's the snap. Coming in for the punt. There it is, high into the night sky. That one goes end over end and will go out of bounds onto the track amongst the Alexander cheerleaders. And the ball will be going out of bounds, and we'll get the official spot coming up. And we got some more chippiness going on down on the field.
Yeah, I'm surprised the flag didn't come out on that one. Aiden Kent kicked Alexander player on the ground there. I'm pretty surprised he got away with that.
Yeah, it looks like he did, so I'll have to keep an eye on that here. So
Cougars take over 1st and 10 from midfield.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. And we'll see what Alexander is going to do with just a minute 44 left to go in this ball game. So the way it's looking right now, Villa Rica will be getting their first win of the season. They will go to 1-3, and Alexander will fall to 1-3. 0-1 in Region 5 5A play, and Villa Rica will improve to 1-0 in Region 5 5A play. 31-14 Rome on top of East Paulding in region play.
South Paulding 15.
Take the shotgun snap again. Dropping back is going to be Collins. Collins scrambles away, gets across the 50, the 45, the 40. He's on the left side of the field, 30. He's going to be forced out of bounds before he gets to the 30-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Alexander Cougars.
Great play by Collins, too. I can't believe he got out of that.
I can't believe he did either.
Pushed out of bounds.
So a first down and 10 for the Alexander Cougars once they get
number 0 Humes.
The chain's set. The clocks will start again. So I think all Alexander wants to do, they just want to try to march down the field. They want to try to get one more score and get into the double digits before it goes out here this evening. Minute 32. Clock continues. Well, should be starting once everything gets set and get ready to go. The play clock is only down at 5 seconds. It counts at 3, at 2, at 1. Well, play clock hits 0. No flags are coming out on the field. They just got away with that one. This throwing out to the right side of the field. It's intercepted. It's intercepted by Villa Rica. And picked off by Omar Holland. Omar Holland with a pick there. And Villa Rica will get the football back. Villa Rica will get the football back, and I would imagine they would run one play to continue to run the clock out and then take a knee from the rest of the time. And the Villa Rica Wildcats are going to be victorious here this evening, 27-6. With a win over Alexander, they'll get their first win of the season, and they will go to 1-0 in Region 5 5A play.
And a much different feeling for Villa Rica right now than it's been so far this year.
So from losing 45-7 last week to Central, now getting the win 27-6 over Alexander this evening, tells you what a week's worth of practice will do, and what a big difference watching the Villa Rica from last week.
That's V for victory.
I think they're showing you too, if they just play composed and don't make a lot of mistakes, this is a good football team.
And they're going to take the football, and they will take a knee, and the clock going to continue to run. Eubanks back at the ball game at quarterback. So they're going to continue to let the clock run out. They're just going to take their time. 35 seconds on the play clock. And he'd step back about 3 yards, so they'll move it on back. A minute left to go here in the ball game. So Villa Rica Wildcats, get on your feet. Get up and dance, Villa Rica. Your Wildcats are about 50 seconds away from winning their first ball game of the season. Clock at 45 seconds. Play clock at 7 seconds. So they'll take one more knee, and that should do it. Eubanks back under center. He'll take another knee, and that'll do it. Clock will continue to run out. The play clock will reset at 40 seconds. Game clock is at 27 seconds. And that's going to do it. Villa Rica, they'll win victoriously here tonight by a final score of 27-6. Villa Rica will improve to 1-3 on the season and to 1-0 in Region 5 5A play. Alexander will fall to 1-3 and to 0-1 in Region 5 5A play. Get up and dance, Villa Rica. Your Wildcats are victorious. They picked up their first win of the season tonight, and they do it by a 27-6 fashion over Alexander. And Michael, what a fantastic win tonight. These Villa Rica Wildcats here tonight, and a much-needed win.
Yeah, they needed it desperately. Had a really rough week last week, and then came out tonight and looked completely different. And I think, like I said a minute ago, I think what they've shown you is that if they don't make mistakes, if they play within themselves and just keep their head down, they got some things I think they need to work on offensively to be a little more explosive, but defensively, this is a really, really, really good defensive football team, and they could be a problem the rest of the way.
No doubt about it. So Villa Rica's still got a lot of football ahead in front of them and region play as well, and we wish them the best of luck, of course, hopefully getting some more wins as region play goes on. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we're going to get you your awards and superlatives, and we'll get you ready for the Southwire Red Zone show coming up on the other side of the break. Victory in the City of Gold tonight for the Villa Rica Wildcats. They get the win 27-6 on top of the Alexander Cougars. Let's take a timeout from Sam McIntyre Stadium at Frank Bohan Field. This is Friday Night Football with the Villa Rica Wildcats on the Graddock Sports Network.
Huddle up, wing lovers, and double your count for less on Wing Tuesdays at Buffalo Wild Wings. When you buy one order of traditional wings, get one for 50% off. No time to dine? Order for delivery and wing it up with a crew at home. Or pick up takeout when you're on the go. Limit one per order, not valid with any other offers. Additional terms and conditions apply. Huddle up for Wing Tuesday at Buffalo Wild Wings.
No matter where you have to go, your feet have to get you there. Soul Roots knows this better than anyone. That's why they are dedicated to taking care of you and your feet. Soul Roots offers the latest styles of the absolute best brands of shoes with your feet in mind, featuring Hoka, Alta, and On Running shoes. Come in and get your free fitting by one of their fit experts. That's Soul Roots Running Company, 150 Maple Crossing, Suite 101. online at soulrootsracing.com.
Hey truckers, been canceled by your current insurance company? Are your premiums too high? Southeastern Insurance Associates is here to help. With down payments as low as 10% and monthly payments as low as $1,000, you need to call Southeastern Insurance Associates. From big rigs to box trucks, hot shots to pickups, call an agent for your free quote today at 678-664-2838 or stop by the office at 740 Bankhead Highway in Carrollton. Southeastern Insurance Associates.
You call the play and score big during the ultimate tailgating event at John Thornton Buick GMC with an all-out full blitz on factory incentives like $10,000 off MSRP on the new 25 GMC Sierra HG Denali models. Take $6,000 off MSRP on a new 25 GMC Terrain or $3,000 off MSRP on a new 25 Buick Envista at John Thornton Buick GMC in Carrollton. GMC, we are professional grade. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details.
Victory in the City of Gold. The Villa Rica Wildcats pick up their first win of the season and their first region win tonight in Region 5A. Final score tonight, the Villa Rica Wildcats win at 27-6 on top of the Alexander Cougars. Villa Rica will improve to 1-3 on the season, and Alexander will fall to 1-3 on the season. 0-1 in region play. Villa Rica will go to 1-0. I'm Seth Kane back here with you. Michael Miller is down on the field getting the field ready to get the interview with Coach Austin Barron, which you will see on Graddick Sports on Facebook coming up here in a little bit later on this evening as well But we have got a lot of superlatives we got to give away for you here tonight. Tonight, as far as with our player of the game, brought to you by Elite Golf Cars. Tonight's Elite Golf Cars player of the game. And, we've got to give that one to Chris Elliott tonight. Chris Elliott's the player of the game tonight because really on the last touchdown, that pick six that he made on that last touchdown sealed the deal for Villa Rica tonight, and what an impressive play it was. He's had a couple of other impressive plays tonight as well on the defensive side of things, so we got to give it to Chris Elliott this evening. Unsung hero tonight, and, of course, that's our Elite Golf Cars player of the game, I should say. Don't let me get ahead of myself here. Elite Golf Cars at 16 Sand Hill, Shady Grove Road in Carrollton. Sales, service, and repairs. All your golf car needs under one roof. Now let's move to our all-season roofing unsung hero of the game, brought to you by All Season Roofing. Serving West Georgia for over 30 years. Call 770-830-ROOF. That's 770-830-ROOF to get your estimate today. They don't want an arm and a leg, just a finger and a toe. Well, our all-season unsung hero of the game, well, it's got to go to Emmanuel Ajayi, who was pretty good on the offensive side of things tonight. Made great runs where you needed to make them and on some crucial downs and plays this evening. So we're looking at him, and he helped Villa Rica get the ball up the field and into good field position on several occasions here this evening. So got to give that one to Emmanuel Ajayi, who is the all-season roofing unsung hero of the game. And now let's get you to the Carroll County Rec Department Power Play of the game, brought to you by the Carroll County Recreation Department, where the fundamentals begin. Carroll County Recreation has been committed to fostering teamwork, discipline, and sportsmanship in every young athlete for over 25 years. Check out Carroll County Recreation Department on Facebook for more, and good luck to all of our local teams. Our play of the game tonight, well, it's got to be the very last play, the last touchdown that Villa Rica scored tonight on a Sam Elliott pick six. That's going to be our play of the game, where he helped to get Villa Rica up 27-6. The final score, the PAT was missed, by the way, as it sailed a little bit to the right. So that is going to be your Carroll County Rec Department power play of the game as well. So, great night tonight here in the City of Gold. Villa Rica getting the win tonight over the Alexander Cougars, 27-6 tonight here at Sam McIntyre Stadium at Frank Fohan Field. Now, as we look towards next week, for our Game of the Week next week here on Facebook, YouTube, and on 24 Strong TV, we're going to be headed back to the Valley of the Lions to Ronnie Birchfield Field at Central High School at Roy Richards Memorial Stadium, where the Central Lions will be taking on the Mundy's Mill Tigers. Central had the week off this week. They open up region play next week. You'll have that game right here on Facebook, YouTube, at 24 Strong TV, and on the radio on B92 Country. We'll hope you join us next week then. Stay tuned. The Southwire Red Zone Show with Mike Paris, Jay Webb, and David Thrower are all going to be on the way next. Get up and dance, Villa Rica. Your Wildcats are victorious tonight, picking up their first win of the season by a final score of 27-6 all across here on the Graddick Sports Network. My thanks to Steve and Riley Jones producing our broadcast on the radio side of things tonight. For Patrick Glory, Russell Smith, and all the fine students here at College of Career Academy North Campus of Carroll County Schools for doing a wonderful job on our video broadcast tonight. For Michael Miller, along beside me all night tonight here to my right, I'm Seth Kane, reminding you to always be a good sport, and I'll see you on the other side of the microphone. I wish you luck and good night from the city of Villa Rica, the city of gold, on the Graddick Sports Network.